Nestled in the heart of Sonoma, Verano Cafe stands as the answer to locals yearning for wholesome food. Opened by Veronica Perez and Carlos Rubio, this cozy diner is nestled conveniently at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue. At Verano Cafe, breakfast, lunch, and dinner are experiences crafted with love and local ingredients. Each dish is a symphony of taste. But Verano Cafe isn't just about breakfast. Their lunch menu features favorites like fish and chips and classic French dishes catering to all tastes. Dinner includes house-made pasta dishes and elegant entrees. What really sets Verano Cafe apart is its commitment to quality and community. With locally sourced ingredients and a dedicated team that feels like family, Verano Cafe offers a warm and welcoming atmosphere. Whether you're a Sonoma local or a visitor, Verano Cafe promises to elevate your dining experience. Join us today and become a part of the Verano Cafe family. Verano Cafe, located at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue in Sonoma. Can't make it to the game? No problem. Watch all Stompers home games streamed live on the Sonoma Stompers YouTube channel. You can catch all the action with Kieran Costa and Nate Martin starting 20 minutes before first pitch with the Stompers pregame show. Join us on the road for radio feeds of all Stompers road games, live on the Stompers Radio Network.
2-1 pitch to Keys. That one's bounced towards second. There'll be a play at the plate. They'll throw home from left field. Kicks away. Take about Trent Keys, the walk-off hero.
2 outs in the top of the ninth. Braden Gens pitches. Beal strikes out swinging. Stomps win.
The pitch to Sebastiani is hit a mile to deep left field. Coupland back at the track. See you later.
The Sonoma Stompers pregame show is on the air. Kieran Costa and Nate Martin have you covered up until first pitch here on the Stompers Broadcast Network. Get all the insights and analysis for tonight's contest and hear from Stompers manager Zach Pace on the Stomper Report. Your coverage of Stompers baseball starts right now.
Welcome to Palo Alto, California and Baylands Park. As the Stompers play out the string here of the regular season, Sonoma clinched their spot in the playoffs with their win yesterday. But, Nate, you still have to get these wins. And, well, it would be nice to win a season series, or in this case, just split it with the Legends, who have been somehow just a real tough team for the Stompers this year.
Yeah, they seem to just do a really good job of working innings against Sonoma pitching, specifically the bullpen. But this is a relief unit that's gotten a lot better for Sonoma. Just yesterday, you had guys come in late in the game. Aiden Tinsley, first one out of the pen, struck out 3. Brady Rutan struck out 2 and didn't allow a base runner in his 8th inning of work. More relievers that we're expecting today that have been brilliant. You think about Devin Laginto and Gage McCown. There's a whole lot of different guys that can be used for Zach Pace out of the pen that are better suited to attack this Legends lineup.
The bullpen was a key piece in yesterday's 10-2 postseason clinching victory. Nate Martin takes you through the highs of what was finally a blowout win for the Stomps.
Sonoma began the final week of the regular season out for revenge against San Francisco. The Seagulls won a tight one on Sunday back at San Bruno, but Tino Vassell made sure that wouldn't happen again at Arnold.
Payoff pitch with 2 outs. Vassell lines it down the right field line. Chasing back is Schmidt, and he watches it go. Tino Vassell pulls one out down the right field line. 336 feet. Ball just never stopped going.
That would be the first of 4 Stomper long balls last night. The second came from Mike Jones in the 6th.
First pitch, Jones hits that one high and deep to left. Heflin and Gurman back at the wall. It's out of here. First pitch swinging for Missile Mike. He extends Sonoma's lead for his second home run of the year. 4-1, Stomps in front.
But in between the Sonoma home runs, San Francisco got involved with a Cade Heflin blast in the 7th.
Heflin swings and jolts one to deep right, and Heflin homers to lead off the 7th inning, and he watched it every step of the way. Stood at home plate until that ball dropped over the fence. Long ball for Heflin. It's 4-2.
But the Stomps got right back on track thanks to Anthony Shepler and Misael Urapero.
Shepler swings. That ball's jolted to right, and that ball is gone. Anthony Shepler's 4th of the season. Sonoma extends the lead to 5-2. Sidestep delivery to Urapero. That ball's hit high to right. Not even a look from George Schmidt. It's way out of here. Misael Urapero's second collegiate level home run. A booming drive to right. And Sonoma's pouring it on. It's 10-2.
Sandwiched by a bases-clearing Mike Jones double still in the 7th.
The pitch. That one's lined into deep left center field. That's going to get down as well. And 2-hop the wall. It might clear the bases. They're sending McCown towards the plate. The relay throw is late. And it's a 3 RBI double for Mike Jones.
Stompers pitching would shut it down soon after to secure a 3rd straight postseason berth.
Riley Dickey, the righty, faces Schmidt, the lefty. Comes set. A deep breath and the delivery. Struck him out swinging. For the 3rd straight season, the Stomps are dancing. They will take on the 2 seed in the wild card game of the 2026 postseason. Stompers and the Legends just about ready to go as the umpires meet with Nick Sanzeri and Zach Pace, the 2 managers at home plate. And Nate, it's been a much better stretch for Menlo Park. They started the year 0-7, but since then they've gone 13-13, and they were the ones pushing Sonoma for that final playoff spot in a way.
Yeah, unfortunately for Menlo Park, they ran into a tough Crawdads team for the last couple games. I'll be playing them one more time as well. So it's definitely a tough end of the season for Menlo Park, but it's a team that you know can beat this Stompers squad. They've won 4 of 6 so far. Sonoma at this point just playing to split the season series, and for a team that was very successful against Menlo Park last year, that might be a little disappointing for Zach Pace and company, and is really a big difference between Sonoma pushing for that 3rd spot in the playoffs versus competing for home field advantage in the CCL North.
I asked Zach Pace on the Stomper Report today what it would mean to split this season series, because even when you've clinched a playoff spot, really this coaching staff's focused on their individual records against every team in the North. Stompers back on the road. I'm Kieran Costa with Stompers manager Zach Pace, getting you set for the Stompers and the Legends. And Skip, you've clinched yourself a spot in the playoffs. Does that maybe take a little bit of the pressure off these last 5 games?
Yeah, I mean, pressure's whatever you want to make it to be, but I mean, we're still out here playing baseball. We're still trying to win, trying to get better today. You know, I'm just trying to look at it as the same, another day, another big game like it always is for us.
And I know maybe it's more for you and the coaches, but you look at your season series against all the teams you play, and you've won it against San Francisco and Alameda, and you have 2 against the Legends the next 2 days. If you win both, you get to split that series. What's that mentality like, just trying to be the best against every single team in the league?
Yeah, of course. You want to have good records against each team, and Obviously these guys have gotten us a couple more times than we wanted them to. So hopefully we can find a way to win today and then get a chance to split the series tomorrow. But got to go out and play good today and try to get today's.
0-2 on this field. It is your longest drive, almost a 2-hour bus. But what makes it hard to play here, or maybe makes it hard to play against this team?
Just different elements, that's all. Just kind of something we're not necessarily used to. That's about it. But I feel confident in our guys. I think we'll go out there today. Schallberger will give us a good, start on the mound, and hopefully we play some good baseball behind him.
He's a guy that really fills up the zone. That's something you really like. Anything other than that really jumps off the page with him?
No, not necessarily. I mean, he's filling up the zone. He's getting ahead of, their hitters most of the time, and, getting his breaking ball over for strikes. I think that's huge, too, to kind of equalize guys so they don't, just kind of ambush his fastball. So hopefully he can do a good job.
You were hit with 3 different injuries. Your entire outfield from yesterday all had to come out of the game. So the 3 outfielders you have today are now going to play, give or take 16 straight innings, which you haven't had to do in a little while. You think fatigue plays a role at all with them?
It could, but I mean it's baseball. We're getting our at bats, and I think they'll be fine. We might get Nick Sebastiani back here soon too, so that could help. And I think, Chase Taylor will be okay towards the weekend, and, Ben's back in there today. So hopefully everybody stays healthy, and, we don't have to get anybody else. I like our group, and, these guys can ride it out all the way through.
One of those outfielders is Mike Jones. Was slated to have yesterday off, comes in and hits a homer and a double. Probably the 2 hardest hit balls he's had all year. I know he was personally a little bit frustrated with how his season started, but does he seem to be coming around a little bit at the plate?
Yeah, he had a really good day yesterday, and, he takes good at batting practice every day, and he hits the ball hard, and he went through a little spell there where, just kind of a little slump, but I think he's swinging it pretty good now, and hopefully he can have a good day out there today.
Last one for you. Jackson Rowland slated to pitch later on in the game today, and this is now your second year working with him, and I sort of throw him in one of the guys as he's not the first guy that comes to mind when you think of the last 2 years or you think of this bullpen, but his numbers have been really good. He competes out there on the mound. What do you like about him when he's out there?
Yeah, I mean, he just attacks hitters. He's throwing multiple pitches over for strikes, putting their hitters on the defensive mode, and really attacking the zone. So good things happen when that happens, and he lets the defense play behind him, and hopefully that's another good outing for us today.
Thanks, Zach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Baseball time here on the peninsula. I'm Kieran Costa, joined by Nate Martin here on a Wednesday evening. Sonoma against Menlo Park. The Stompers secured their spot in the playoffs. They're 22-16. The Legends 13-20. 13-13 though over their last 26, and they send Rohan Agarwal to the mound. Of 5'11", 180-pound Los Altos native, went to Mountain View High School and has spent the last 2 years at St. Peter's out in New Jersey. He threw just 3 innings and allowed 4 earned runs this past year for the Peacocks, and he makes his 3rd appearance for the Legends. He has made 1 start. He's 0-1, and in 3 1/3 innings, he's given up 7 earned runs, 5 hits, 4 walks, and 4 hit by pitches. He's thrown against the Crawdads and the Seagulls, and now he goes to work against this Stompers lineup announced by 8th-year manager Zach Pace. The second baseman, Misael Urapero, leads off, followed by the DH Ben Sebastiani and the catcher Hunter Carlson. Tino Vassell cleans it up and plays third base. The left fielder's Mike Jones, the right fielder Wesley Bass, the first baseman Anthony Shepler hits 7th. Connor Johnston, the center fielder, bats 8th, and Bryson Ayala, the shortstop, rounds out the 9 for Zach Pace. Dave Hogue coaches 3rd for the Stompers. Jacoby Heyer over at 1st. Casey Gilroy, the bench coach today. Mike Nunez, the pitching coach, and the hitting coach, Paul Matarena, not with the team today. Misael Urapero digs into the lefty batter's box, and Rohan Agarwal, a righty, comes set at the belt. Andrew Bergstrom, the home plate umpire, says play. And away we go here on a Wednesday night. First pitch misses for ball 1 at exactly 6 o'clock. A perfectly on-time first pitch, something you very, very rarely see in the CCL. 76 degrees. pitch to Misa is a strike, 1-1. Europero 3 for 4 with a home run yesterday. The average up to 228 on the season. Awaits the 1-1 from Agrawal. Outside again, 2-1.
To be fair, if there's something you can count on, I mean, in the MLB probably is the most reliable professional sports leagues in terms of start times. I'll tell you, you're starting at first pitch at 7:07 and it comes in at 7:07.
CCL not so much. As Europero swings and hits it to third, it eats up Stewart and kicks into left. We'll see how that's scored. Should be a single for Europero, who keeps on rolling. And the Stompers have the leadoff man aboard, and that's a good time to set the defense. Stewart was the man at third, Kelly's at short, Fendel is at second, and Duran is at first. It goes Aikawa, Griffin, and Altmark left to right in the outfield. Once more, your first pitch was at 6 o'clock at Baylands Park. It's 76 degrees and an attendance of 8 at first pitch. The pitch is a strike to Ben Sebastiani. Ben 0 for 2 in yesterday's game with 2 strikeouts. And then he took himself out of the game dealing with issues with the heat. It was 91 degrees at first pitch yesterday in Sonoma. The pitch to him here is a ball, high, 1-1. Sebastiani, 261 hitter, picked up his first hit of the year on June the 26th here at Baylands Park, the last time the two teams played. Trying to build on that in what's been a great second half for the righty, who bounces it to third. Stewart can't field this one either. It's into left, so Joaquin Stewart gets 2 ground balls to him to start the game. He can't handle either one of them.
And it's his first appearance for Menlo Park in a month. His last game was on June 25th. And usually when we saw him play for the Legends, it was over at second base. But those are 2 simple plays that you really should be making. The first one was ruled a hit. That one was ruled an error.
I agree with both of those scoring decisions, actually. I think Mises was a hard-hit one-hopper. Ben's probably could have been made, as Hunter Carlson, the lefty, bounces it foul in between the first base bag and Jacoby Heyer, the first base coach. That reminds us to give you the umpires for today's game. Andrew Bergstrom has the balls and strikes. Harold de Guzman over at first. Alex Dickerson has the calls at third. Stompers threatening early, first and second, with nobody out. And Hunter Carlson, a 327 hitter with 12 extra base hits and 31 RBI, is behind in the count 0-1. Agrawal peaks at second and delivers to the plate. Carlson takes a called strike, and he's behind 0-2.
It's got a report on Agrawal based on his appearances so far in the CCL is you're going to be able to compete against him. He has allowed 11 runs, 7 of them earned.
Just 3 1/3 innings. He's ahead of Carlson 0-2, and Hunter sends it into the air to center field. Griffin drifting back. On the warning track, he runs it down. Europero tags and heads to third, so the Stompers have their first run 90 feet away. A productive out for Carlson. That's a quality at-bat on the score sheet. Maybe Coach Mayo's counting the quabs from home today. So the Stompers have a man at third with 1 out, and Tino Vassell has a chance to add on to his RBI lead. He has 34, which leads the CCL, and of course that means he leads the Stompers as well. Left-handed hitter from USF. He's just hit the cover off the ball this year. 333 with a 478 on base, 6 doubles, 3 triples, and 5 home runs. He awaits a first pitch that misses outside. He's ahead 1-0.
He was one of 4 Sonoma players to home run in yesterday's win over San Francisco.
The pitch, swing and a miss, 1-1. Vassell's done damage against Menlo Park. He's 7 for 15 with 2 doubles, a triple, and he has driven in 5 runs. Has a chance to pick up an easy RBI with the guy at third base, Europero. The pitch is lined into right field for a base hit. Ben Sebastiani will hold up at second. RBI single for Tino Vassell. For Tino, it's his 38th hit of the summer and RBI number 35. He keeps on rolling, and the Stompers have picked up where they left off in last night's 10-2 win. They lead this one 1-0, 4 batters in.
Simple piece of hitting. This is what Sonoma struggled to do at times against this Menlo Park team. And already an arm starting to toss in the bullpen.
So Vassell's at first, and now it's one of the other guys that homered yesterday, Mike Jones, who takes low 1-0. Jones yesterday came in as a defensive replacement, and he went 2 for 3 with a homer, a double, and 5 runs driven home. Here, he hammers this one to left. That's going to fall and get past the left fielder, Aikawa, all the way to the wall. 1 run scores Sebastiani. Right behind him is Vassell. The throw is cut off, and Mike Jones continues to have hard-hit baseballs produce runs. 2 RBI double for Mike, and Sonoma has jumped out in front 3-0, and Menlo Park's defense not doing Agarwal any favors. That ball, Nate, has to be just a single, but coming all the way over was Aikawa to the gap, and it just rolled right by him to the wall.
Yeah, at the very least, you're probably expecting a run to score there with Sebastiani's speed, but for it to hop off the wall on a play where Jones probably should have got there first, that's a tough break for Agarwal.
Wesley Bass, a right-handed hitter, bounces it foul. In the inning, a single, an error, a fly ball, a single, and now a double. So Jones is at second. 3 runs on 3 hits. Bass flares this one to shallow right, but it's going to be the second baseman, Fendel, who gets to it. And that is the second out of the inning. They did give Jones a double. Hard to give anyone an error on that play. But again, those first 2 balls to Joaquin Stewart, if both fielded cleanly, it could have been a 1-2-3 inning. Three nothing Stompers in the first. Shepler, powerful lefty, swings and misses, 0-1.
And another problem for Sonoma earlier in the season against Menlo Park was that the Legends would score early in the game. They would strike first, and Sonoma would play from behind. We saw how much that was a problem in the first half of the season for the Stomps.
Via 1 is down and away, 1-1. Stompers in their road grays with Sonoma Navy script across the front with Navy numbers on the back and the orange numbers on the bottom left of the road jerseys. The Legends in their home green tops with white pants and white numbers on the back, and Legends in the front. Shepler swings and misses, 1-2.
And the first time these two teams played here at Baylands, there was a run scored on an error that probably should have been the third out.
Agarwal with the long sleeves, dark black sleeves under the green jersey. He throws to Shepler and strikes him out on a off-speed pitch. This side is retired. But for the Stompers, it's 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error and 1 left. 3 across for Sonoma with Menlo Park coming up in the bottom half.
Cresco Rents. What you need, when you need it. And we show you how to use it. It's simple. You choose it, you use it. We have the right tool for every job. Never buy it, never store it. When you need it, just rent it.
I'm Chris Smith, president of Cresco. If you need it, Cresco's got it.
All over the Bay Area and online at CrescoRent.com.
We head to the bottom of the first as Matthew Schallberger takes the mound with already a 3-0 lead. Righty starts with Mason Griffin, the left-handed hitting center fielder. First pitch from Schallberger is popped up, foul, and out of play. Matthew is 6'1", 185-pound righty from Stockton, California. The 19-year-old just redshirted his freshman season at San Joaquin Delta College. He played at Linden High School. Makes his 7th appearance, 6th start. He's 3-0 with a 4.58 earned run average. Over 17 2/3 innings. He delivers to Griffin, who laid on a fastball, 0-2. Schallberger faced Menlo Park all the way back on June the 12th. 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 3 strikeouts. He did not allow a run. He's ahead of Griffin, left-handed hitter from Northern Colorado. Back shoulder pointed high towards the sky for Griffin, who lines it right to Europero, 1 away. And that's a good time to give you the rest of the lineup. Griffin just lined out, so that sends up Ryder Kelly. The first baseman, Ryan Duran, hits 3rd. The right fielder, Eric Altmark, hits 4th. The DH, Casey Levitt-McGee, 5. The second baseman, Isaac Fendel, 6. 7, 8, 9 go the left fielder, Michael Aikawa, the third baseman, Joaquin Stewart, and the catcher, Nick Madrigal. That is against Schallberger, who's now completed his 18th inning of work with that last out. Schallberger comes home, and it's bounced foul at home plate. Skips past Carlson to the backstop, so it's a Schallberger-Carlson battery with Mike Jones in left field, Connor Johnston in center, and Wesley Bass in right. Tino Vassell is at the hot corner, Bryson Isle at short, Misael Europero at second, and Anthony Shepler over at first. Sonoma already leading at 3-0. Schallberger trying to get the shutdown inning in the first, and he misses outside, 1-1. Kelly, a high school kid from Menlo Atherton, committed to UC Davis. That's where he'll play his freshman year. He'll join Stompers catcher Eli Burnham there. 1-1 pitch. Popped up, foul, up over the Legends dugout on the first base side and out of play. It's a Legends dugout where manager Nick Sanziri sits in his second season. Mason Hanshaw has the third base coaching duties. Joey Sorelli coaches first for Menlo Park, who sit at 13-20. But they are 6-6 here at Baylands. 1-2 pitch comes from Schallberger to Kelly. Struck him out swinging, slider in the dirt. First strikeout for Schallberger. That is his 19th of the season. And that brings up the best hitter unequivocally on this ball club, Ryan Duran. He's hitting .337 with a .450 on base, 6 doubles, and 22 runs driven in. Hulking right-handed hitter from Westcliff. First one to Duran is sent in the air to left center field. Heading over is Jones. He comes together with Johnston, and it's the left fielder Mike Jones who runs it down, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 inning for Matthew Schallberger. We head to the second. Sonoma leading 3-0.
Hey, Stomper fans! Sonoma Springs Brewing Company has created a new special beer just for us. It's called On Deck. It's a light, crisp lager brewed for a smooth, refreshing finish. The perfect beer to enjoy here at Arnold Field or anytime you're thirsty. Sonoma Springs and the Sonoma Stompers, where your next beer is always on deck.
Back, baby. Top of the second inning, Stompers nursing a 3-0 cushion, and Connor Johnston, left-handed hitter from Wilsonville, Oregon, leads off. Left-handed hitter. CJ takes outside for ball 1. Johnston, who went to Bellarmine for his freshman season, redshirted that year. We'll see what he can do year 2, as that one is low. Couple Stompers also playing at Bellarmine. Sam Matherly and Angel Garcia is committed there. Johnson takes a called strike at the knees, 2-1. That one's bounce foul at the plate, 2-2. Stompers 3, Legends nothing. We play in the top of the second. The pitch is down. It bounces off home plate and up to the screen, and Johnson's worked himself into a full count here, coming off a solid day yesterday for CJ. Another guy that wasn't initially in the starting lineup. He walked and singled off the bench. Payoff to him is outside for ball 4. So Johnson, a nice job to battle and then that count and work a walk, his 7th free pass of the year. And the leadoff man is aboard once more. And it's the speedy Johnson, and it brings up Bryson Ayala. Bryson swings and misses at the first pitch. He's behind 0-1. Ayala from Melbourne, Florida, had a couple offers out of high school. Could have gone to University of South Florida, played for the Bulls. Instead, he goes to Tulane, and he played in his freshman year. But this one's bounced to second, could be 2. The flip and the turn in time. So 4-6-3 turns the Menlo Park infield. And just like that, the leadoff man's erased, and there's 2 away. Little jam shot there from Ayala. Rolled it over to the right side, and Fendel flipped to Kelly. They go around the infield. And there's 2 down for Misael Europero, who hit a one-hop smash that ate up Joaquin Stewart, the third baseman, in his first at-bat. That one misses outside, 1-0. Stompers trying to pull within a game in the season series as Europero singles again. Once more the opposite way, but Joaquin Stewart didn't have a shot at that one. Lined well over his head. And Misa's really coming around at the plate. He's 5 for his last 6.
And so many of these Stompers hits so far today, Kieran, have gone the opposite way. Europero both times, Sebastiani's last time up when he reached onto the error, and then Mike Jones' booming double, all the other way.
Pitch to Sebastiani is a called strike. Ben reached on an error in the first. Right-handed hitter with power. Open stance, and he bounces it foul off home plate. It rolls up the third base line. 0-2 now on Sebastiani. Ben's worked his way up to nearly everyday role as the Stomper is DHing today. Really kicked off after he got that hit here on June the 26th. Europero runs, and that ball's hit hard to shortstop, stabbed by Kelly, who throws out Sebastiani. A very, very nice play by Ryder Kelly to end the inning. For Sonoma, it's no runs on 1 hit, no Menlo Park errors, and a man left. We head to the bottom of the second, 3-0 Sonoma. I can go tell.
The official headwear provider for the Sonoma Stompers is Melvin Roy. Melvin Roy hats, made to be lived in. From baseball nights in Sonoma to road trips anywhere. Everyday moments, Melvin Roy hats. This is legacy in motion. Melvin Roy. This season, AVA Tractor LLC is proud to support local baseball and the farming community that helps keep the wine country working. AVA Tractor provides vineyard-focused equipment for serious growers, including Deutz Fahr tractors. From daily farming needs to the next generation of vineyard equipment, AVA Tractor is built for Napa and Sonoma growers who need ROI, local support, and equipment that can work in real vineyard conditions. Hit it out of the park with AVA Tractor LLC. Solutions made for your vineyard. Can I have another beer, please? Can I have another beer, please? The first rule to carrying on is to not get carried away. The Sonoma Springs Brewing Company reminds you to always drink responsibly.
We play on to the bottom of the second inning. Matthew Schallberger, a very efficient 1-2-3 first inning. He threw just 10 pitches. Left-handed hitter now is Altmark, who swings and misses. 0-1. Eric, left-handed hitter, played last year at West Valley College. He's now committed to Portland University. The right fielder sports number 42. Schallberger's pitch is low. 1-1. Thanks for joining us here on the road. The Stompers' final road test of the regular season. They play at home at Arnold Field against these legends tomorrow, Thursday. And then Friday, they're home against Alameda. Saturday, Walnut Creek comes to town, and they round out the season against the Merchants at Arnold Field Sunday at 6:05. Holdmark bends back out of the way of a challenge fastball just inside. You can get your tickets to all 4 of those games on our website, stompersbaseball.com. As Schallberger just misses outside again, and now it's 3-1. You can also call the Stompers at 707-522-7284 and get your tickets that way. It's going to be a fun little 4-game homestand to end the year. Theme nights, really for all of them, as Altmark takes a called strike. It's now 3-2. On deck this weekend, we have tomorrow, Sonoma Community Night. Friday's Petaluma Night. Saturday, First Responders Night presented by Friedman's. And then Host Family Appreciation Day on Sunday. As here, the final home game for the Legends sees its first home base runner. It's an Altmark walk to lead off the second. Just the 4th walk all year by Matthew Schallberger. He's done such a good job of filling up the zone.
Yeah, and the next few guys, 4 Menlo Parker guys, you're expecting to draw walks. Altmark that's his 14th on the year. He now walks more than he strikes out. Casey Levitt McGee has 18 walks as well, the man coming to the plate.
McGee played for the Merchants last year, currently in the portal out of Bakersfield. He takes low and inside, 1-0. Altmark at first, he walked. 3-0 Stompers, nobody out in the bottom of the second. Schallberger's delivery is at the knees for a called strike. 1-1. When these teams played back on June 26th, so it's been nearly a month since the last time the two faced off. It was a 16-8 Legends victory here. Has a check on first base, nicely dug out by Shepler. On the out-of-town scoreboard, if you're watching the race atop the North, which will decide who the Stompers play in the wild card round, as Altmark way off first base, Schallberger steps off. The Crawdads have come back to take a 9-7 lead on the Seagulls. And if you were wondering the last time the Seagulls beat the Crawdads, you would have to guess July of 2024. The Crawdads are set to sweep the season series over San Francisco 2 years in a row.
I mean, that's pure dominance, Kieran.
With that result, it pushes the Stompers closer and closer to a game next Tuesday at San Luis Obispo at 6 o'clock. 1-game wild card. The pitch to Levitt McGee is bounced, a foul ball. It hit off home plate and rolled towards the second baseman, Europero. Also could have gotten a piece of Levitt McGee's front foot. Count holds it a ball and 2 strikes. And Sonoma's done that before. 2 years ago, they went down to slow. They won the wild card game thanks to a DJ Scott grand slam. And then they came up the next day and couldn't beat Walnut Creek. The Dads would go on to win the North in 2024 and get swept by the Conejo Oaks in the championship series. And then last year, the Stompers got the bye, beat the Crawdads, and they were swept by the Oaks themselves in the championship series. 1-2 pitch. Altmark causing havoc. He runs. The pitch is high. Carlson's throw to second. The swipe tag from Ayala is late. That's one where I think if Ayala holds the tag for a little bit longer, I think Altmark oversold the bag a little bit, but Ayala's only chance to get him on the first attempt was a turning swipe tag. It's a stolen base for Eric Altmark. So he's in scoring position with nobody out, and it was a called ball to Levitt McGee. 2-2 pitch comes. Schallberger peeks at second. Checks again and fires. Levitt McGee strikes out looking. Second strikeout for Matthew Schallberger, and now he deals with Isaac Fendel, the second baseman. No double play because Altmark stole second. Fendel's hitting .240. Plays his college ball at Puget Sound. The Loggers. Schallberger. His first pitch is bounced foul. Splits Mason Hanshaw, the third base coach, in the bag, 0-1. Matthews done a good job of getting out ahead, especially early in these counts. Stocky right-handed hitter awaits the pitch and lines it foul back to the screen. He's behind 0-2 against Matthew Schallberger. Last time out on the 16th of July, 6 days ago, he went 3 innings and gave up 2 earned runs on 6 hits against the Merchants. Struck out 5 in that one. He's already struck out 2 through an inning and a third. He's a strike away from getting Fendel to that same fate. The righty comes set at the letters, looks at second, looks again, comes home with it, and Fendel pops it up. Shallow right. Wesley Bass, a long way to go, loses his hat and cannot make the catch. It lands in fair territory. And that was Bass had a real long way to go, and he tried to make sort of a backhand catch at the chest and didn't get it. I don't think Eric Olmark had a good read on that ball. Even when it dropped and hit the ground, he had to hold at second base for a little bit extra. We assume it goes as a double there.
The scoreboard, it says it's an error. I don't know if that's something they'll hold up on the scorer's decision.
Goes as a double in the scoring system. So to second base goes Fendel, his second double of the year. And now Michael Aikawa has a chance to drive in some runs. He takes high 1-0. Stomper infield plays back with a 3-0 lead. It's a play where if you ask Wesley Bass, he probably says that's a play he wants to make. Coming off that heel injury. That one's off the glove of Carlson. It's going to go to the backstop, and a pass ball makes it a 3-1 game. Just in and out of the glove of Carlson. Tough defensive stretch from the Georgia State boys for the Stomps, and it's 3-1.
And those are the mistakes that hurt Sonoma against Menlo Park. A lot of the times these teams played.
Ruled as a wild pitch, so for those scoring at home, and you can put WP. Swing and a miss. Chasing is Aikawa on 2-0 to Lewis and Clark. Struggling this summer, just a 136 average. That's 6 for 44. And he had just 5 RBI, but a ground ball or a fly ball, just about anything, would get him another run batted in. Right on right, Schallberger delivers outside, 3-1. On deck, Joaquin Stewart, trying to atone for a couple of misplays. 3-1 from Schallberger, swing and a miss, 3-2. It's a good pitch. 3-1, challenge him with your fastball. It worked for Schallberger. He's back in this count, and we'll get a payoff pitch. Runner at third is Fendel. He doubled. 3-1 ball game in the second. Schallberger stares in for the sign. He agrees with Carlson. Payoff pitch to Aikawa. Checked his swing on a pitch. That's a called strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning for Schallberger, third of the day, and Michael Aikawa has words for Andrew Bergstrom. It's a Menlo Park team that's had issues with the umpire in their games with Sonoma. Steph Valdez, the former third base coach, got ejected at Arnold Field earlier this summer. With 2 outs and his team down 5 in the 9th inning, he got in the face of a home plate umpire and got ejected over a check swing. Joaquin Stewart looking for his first hit of his summer, takes strike one. He's 0 for 15 with 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, and a couple runs batted in.
It's still one of the more curious things we've seen this summer. It was completely meaningless. If you're trying to send a message to your team, I get it, but you're down by 5 in the 9th with 2 down.
Pitch to Stewart. Just off the corner inside with a slider. Valdez since relieved of his duties with Menlo Park. So that's why Mason Hinshaw is coaching third. The 1-1. Stewart hits a fly ball to center. Johnston battling the sun and makes a catch running towards the infield. The side is retired, but it's a run on a hit, no errors, and 1 left. After 2 from Baylands Park, Sonoma 3, Menlo Park 1.
In your quest for roofing services, look no further than Crandall Roofing. Crandall's dedicated team of professionals guarantees excellence, from roof repairs to installations. Crandall delivers top-notch solutions with unmatched value. Crandall Roofing uses only Class A fire-rated materials, and Crandall Roofing is certified by the manufacturer to extend warranties up to 50 years of coverage. Crandall Roofing's simple pricing for roof services ensures transparency and ease. With straightforward rates and no hidden fees, Crandall Roofing makes roofing solutions accessible for all. Let your next roof be your last roof. Crandall Roofing, Diamond certified and proud partner of the Sonoma Stompers. Hey, Stomper fans! Sonoma Springs Brewing Company has created a new special beer just for us. It's called On Deck. It's a light, crisp lager brewed for a smooth, refreshing finish. The perfect beer to enjoy here at Arnold Field or anytime you're thirsty. Sonoma Springs and the Sonoma Stompers, where your next beer is always on deck. Can I have another beer, please? Can I have another beer, please? The first rule to carrying on is to not get carried away. The Sonoma Springs Brewing Company reminds you to always drink responsibly.
Top of the third sees the middle of the Stomper order due up. 3, 4, and 5, Carlson, Vassell, and Jones. Hunter, left-handed hitter, hit a fly ball to center his first time up. He takes a called strike number 1 from Augerval. Rohan here in his 3rd appearance. Misses low to make the count 1-1. He gave up 3 hits in that first inning, and that's where the Stompers have all their runs. He walked a guy but induced a ground ball and then worked around a 2-out single from Europero in the second. But this is where you have to make your money if you want to beat the Stompers, is getting out Carlson and Vassell. Hunter entered hitting .327. He pops this one up, third base line, and it drops untouched for strike 2. Hunter entered .327, 507. Vassell entered .333, 478, but already has a single.
And to Agarwal's credit, I mean, that first inning, it was a couple of plays where his defense probably could have done a little bit better. Joaquin Stewart had a couple of plays over at 30, probably once back. Left fielder Michael Aikala probably could have taken a better route to the double from Jones.
As Carlson takes again, and now it's an even count at 2-2 to the third hitter in the order, leading off in the third.
This is a lot better than Agarwal's first start against Walnut Creek, where he couldn't even record an out.
He went 3 1/3 against San Francisco after that. His pitch to Carlson is low, and the count's full at 3-2. So Carlson started behind 0-1. He's now in an even 3-2. Payoff pitch from Agrawal is bounced foul. Count holds there. Hunter's really cut down on the strikeouts lately. Only 1 strikeout in his last 22 at-bats. That was sort of the only knock on him at the start of his season. Now that's not even a thought. 3-2 pitch is low for ball 4. Professional take on the payoff. Stompers, for the 3rd consecutive inning, have the leadoff man aboard. That leadoff man was quickly erased in the 2nd on a double play. We'll see if Vassell can keep the line moving with Jones on deck.
It's going to be a lot harder to induce a double play on Tino Vassell, who feels like he only hits hard-hit balls.
Infield and outfield plays him straight away. Altmark maybe 1 step in, out and right. Pitch to Tino is down and away, 1-0. Vassell homered in yesterday's ball game. It's a 2-run homer in the 1st. Ended the day 1 for 4. Walked and scored later on. He takes outside. He's ahead 2-0.
He's got 35 RBI on the year now. I mean, Carlson had a commanding lead over the CCL for much of the first half. Obviously missed some time due to injury, but even when both of these guys have been healthy in the second half, Vassell's been the one better at driving in runs.
2-0 pitch is hit towards second. Fielded by Fendel. He knocks it down and throws to first. So Carlson gets second. The only play for Fendel was to throw out Vassell. So Stomps get him in into scoring position for Mike Jones, who has 7 runs batted in his last 4 at-bats. A 3-run double yesterday, a 2-run homer yesterday, and a 2-run double in the 1st inning today.
This is someone you love to get going coming to the playoffs if you're Zach Pace.
Lots of room if he goes the other way. He lines it foul straight back. First baseman Duran plays him normal depth, but Fendel, the second baseman, a couple steps over towards the bag. The outfield swings 1 step to the pull side for the righty. Played the last couple years at Pima Community College, and he's behind in the count, 0-2. Jones and then Wesley Bass. This is Bass's first start since July 12th. Missed 10 starts with a heel injury. But first an 0-2 pitch to Jones. Send in the air to deep left. Aikawa back at the wall, and he cannot make the catch. In and out of his glove. Carlson rounds 3rd and scores. Jones motors into 2nd, trades places with Carlson. Stompers catch a break. It's 4-1.
I mean, the sun is shining right in your eyes out in left field here at Baylands. But that's still a play that Aikawa has to make. He's gonna want that one back here, and that is a brutal play again for Agrawal. The pitcher has been pitching pretty solid otherwise.
The Crawdads have exploded to make it 12-7. They have 6 runs in the bottom of the 7th in Walnut Creek. So they lead San Francisco, and here Sonoma leads 4-1 as Bass swings and misses. It's going to go as an error on the left fielder, so an E7 is how Jones gets his double. The 0-1. Bass checks his swing. The appeal to Harold de Guzman, no swing. And Aikawa got all turned around. He was twisting back, and then he got to the track. He sort of half squared up to the ball, and it just kicked off the heel of his glove.
He did the hard part. He located the ball. He just couldn't make the squeeze.
The 1-1 to Bass is low, 2-1. Second error against Menlo Park today. And Jones has just been demolishing the baseball over the last 15 or so innings.
That one could be gone at Arnold. I would think it'd be close.
325 down the line and left and right. Bass Watches strike 2. That ball off the bat of Jones I thought was gone for a second. Then I thought was going to be a pretty simple play for Icalbo. When he got to the track, it turns into an error. And a 4-1 Sonoma lead. The pitch to Bass is low. Kicks away from Madrigal. The third base goes Jones on the wild pitch. It does go as a wild pitch. And now, if you're Bass, this is a chance to pick up an RBI. He strikes out swinging on a pitch down. Big out there for Agarwal. When the Stompers were gifted a chance, they got that runner to third with less than 2 outs. But Bass swings over the top of a off speed. It's the second strikeout, and up comes the only other strikeout victim, Anthony Shepler. Brings up the lefty Anthony, who takes a low 1-0. Stompers have a run this inning without a hit, a walk, and then a fielder's choice moved him to second, and then an error charged against Aikawa allowed Carlson to score. The 1-0 pitch to Shepler's up and outside. 2-0. It's the old baseball adage, a leadoff walk is always going to come back to haunt you, and that's exactly what's happened in this third inning. Sonoma threatening for more with a 4-1 lead. Jones at third. 2-0 the count. The pitch to Shepler bounced foul. Just right down onto home plate. The count's 2-1. Shepler with his home run yesterday is second on the team in home runs, tied with Hunter Carlson at 4. Tino Vassell took the lead with his 5th. That was in yesterday's first inning. Hitters count. Shepler takes outside 3-1. Hitters count for the Stomper first baseman. Shepler drops the bat and heads to first base with a walk. His 11th walk of the year. Runners at the corners for Connor Johnston. An RBI shy of getting to the double-digit mark.
The command was the big issue for Agarwal at St. Peter's. He walked 8 in just 3 innings. And
Nick Madrigal is going to come out in front of home plate and give the infield the signs for the first and third situation. Shepler leads from first. Jones from third with 2 outs. First pitch to Johnston. Right through the heart, 0-1. CJ had a single and a walk yesterday, trying to add to that here today. He's already walked once. Has a chance to drive home. Jones from third. 0-1 pitch. Upstairs, 1-1. Ball and a strike on the left-handed hitting center fielder. That one's lined back up the middle. That gets through for a base hit. Heading towards third is Shepler. The throw comes in very late. It hits off Shepler, and it's going to kick towards the Stomper dugout. And that's going to give Johnston second base and allow Shepler to score. So it's going to go as a single for Johnston and 1 RBI, his 10th. And then that error will probably go on the center fielder, Griffin. We'll wait on an exact scoring on that, but 2 runs come into score. Shepler scores all the way from first. Mason Griffin had no reason to throw to third. He airmailed the cutoff man, and Shepler, standing on third base, had the ball clank off his helmet and roll away. Sonoma 6, Menlo Park 1. Ayala takes a called strike 1. Blues in the Philippines tied at 2. The other game on your out-of-town scoreboard to watch out for. The error there should go E8. So that allows the run to score. So just 1 RBI for Johnson, who finds himself at second base. And now CJ has been aboard in 4 of his last 5 plate appearances. Ayala spanks one out to left. Aikawa towards the line. He's not going to get that one a foul ball, says the home plate umpire. Bergstrom. That was right down the left field line, and Aikawa could not make the play, and luckily for him, it dropped just foul, and Ayala taking extra bases. Will now head back to the batter's box.
There isn't really a clean line down either.
Nope.
Foul pole. It's kind of a tough call to make if you're the home plate umpire there. It looked close to me, but I couldn't tell you definitively because there is no line.
The white chalk line ends at the end of the infield dirt, and Ayala is going to watch strike 3 go by, and the inning end. Third strikeout for Agarwal. But the Stompers get 3 more runs on just 1 hit, 2 errors, and 1 left. 2.5 innings of play are done, 6-1 Sonoma.
Nestled in the heart of Sonoma, Verano Cafe stands as the answer to locals yearning for wholesome food. Opened by Veronica Perez and Carlos Rubio, this cozy diner is nestled conveniently at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue. At Verano Cafe, breakfast, lunch, and dinner are experiences crafted with love and local ingredients. Each dish is a symphony of taste. But Verano Cafe isn't just about breakfast. Their lunch menu features favorites like fish and chips and classic French dishes catering to all tastes. Dinner includes house-made pasta dishes and elegant entrees. What really sets Verano Cafe apart is its commitment to quality and community. With locally sourced ingredients and a dedicated team that feels like family, Verano Cafe offers a warm and welcoming atmosphere. Whether you're a Sonoma local or a visitor, Verano Cafe promises to elevate your dining experience. Join us today and become a part of the Verano Cafe family. Verano Cafe, located at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue in Sonoma.
Bottom of the 3rd inning, Nick Madrigal, the 9-hitter, leads off, and then we'll flip back to the top in Griffin and Kelly. Madrigal headed to Butler as a grad transfer, bends back away from ball 1. Thanks for joining us as the Stompers out in control, 6-1. A 3 spot in the 1st and a 3 spot in the 3rd. Carlson sets up down. The pitch to Madrigal is bounced towards shortstop. Ayala fields a tough hop and throws to first in time.
I mean, to your point, Kieran, about better defense, that was a really nice read by Ayala. It took an awkward hop, and for someone at his frame, 6'5" in the infield, that can be a tough one to reach right below your knees, but he got there and threw it across the infield in time on a nice throw to Shep.
That's really all the work he does with Dave Hoke paying off. You see his glove position there. He was ready to come up and sort of backhanded at his chest because he thought it was going to be a high hop. Instead, he gracefully went down and picked it off the dirt on a short hop as a swing and a miss by Griffin, who lined out in his first at-bat.
I mean, if you get to Arnold around like 5:45, 15 minutes before our first pitch, you'll see Dave Hoke and Bryson Ayala working in front of the home dugout on fielding those ground balls.
Paid off. A much improved defensive shortstop as Bryson, as that one's a low 1-1. Also got to work in high school with his dad, Ricardo Ayala, played his college ball at Coastal Carolina. So definitely a baseball family, baseball and softball too. His sister is going to play softball at Florida State. Coach Mayo joked with me that maybe she's the better hitter than Bryson.
Well, Ayala's been hitting the ball recently. I don't know.
That one is just low, and the count is 2-1.
Had a 107-mile-an-hour off the bat homer on Sunday against San Francisco. Might have been the hardest
Only
hit
good
ball.
for second hardest of the week, though.
Might have been the hardest hit ball all year from a Stomper.
2-1 pitch comes to Griffin. This one's bounced to first. Shepler backs up, takes a tough hop of his own, but wins the race to the bag. A couple of ground balls have the Legends 2 up, 2 down in the third. That brings up the shortstop, Ryder Kelly. Schallberger got the shutdown inning after the Stompers put up 3 in the first. Has a chance for yet another shutdown inning after they put up 3 in the top of this third. Thanks for joining us here on the Stompers Broadcast Network. I'm Karen Costa, joined by Nate Martin in the final regular season road test for Sonoma. This ball's popped up to shallow right. Shepler gives way to Europero, and it's the second baseman who squeezes it. And the Legends go quietly in the third. Nate Martin takes over play-by-play duties in the top of the 4th. Sonoma in control, 6-1.
The Sonoma Stompers are excited to welcome La Michoacana Ice Cream and Treats to the family. La Michoacana Ice Cream is rooted in the world-famous ice cream traditions of Mexico. La Michoacana uses only fresh, natural ingredients, using recipes that have been handed down for generations. Every paleta is made by hand. Every scoop is crafted with love. Every bite, muy delicioso. La Michoacana Ice Cream and Treats, located at 18495 Highway 12 in Sonoma, 1219 Grant Avenue in Novato, and of course, right here at the ballpark. Hey, baseball fans, when visiting Sonoma, make sure to dine at Wit and Wisdom, a modern American tavern by world-renowned chef Michael Mina. Wit and Wisdom is famous for hearth cooking, their extensive wine list, and an upscale yet relaxed atmosphere. Wit and Wisdom is located at the Lodge at Sonoma. Make a wise choice. Dine at Wit and Wisdom in the heart of Sonoma.
Welcome back to Palo Alto, Baylands Park for the top of the 4th. It'll be the top of the order for Sonoma. Europero, Sebastiani, and Carlson facing the new arm. Eddie McCartney, the 6'2" righty from San Mateo, California, plays his college ball at Vanguard University down in Orange County. The righty fires the first pitch. That Europero fouls the other way. 0-1. He comes in for the starter, Rohan Agarwal, who went 3 innings, allowed 6 runs, 3 of them earned, gave up 4 hits, a few walks, just a couple strikeouts. As Europero flares that one the other way, and it drops in the left center gap for a base hit. Aikawa and Griffin come together. Griffin can't handle it. Europero digs for second and gets in there standing. A couple of more awkward defensive miscues for Menlo Park allow Europero to get in the scoring position. It's a leadoff double for Misa. 3 for 3 today. 2 doubles, 2 singles, and a double. Brings up Ben Sebastiani with a runner in scoring position. Not the start the new pitcher wanted. Sebastiani reached on an error back in the first. Grounded out back in the second, his 3rd time up today. A long pause from McCartney, who comes home and fouled back by Sebastiani. This is the 4th appearance of the year for the righty, McCartney. He's thrown 2 innings, allowed 2 hits, 5 runs for them earned, 3 walks, 1 strikeout. Command been the big issue so far this year for the bullpen arm. He finds the plate there, 0-2 though, quickly ahead of Sebastiani. The reigning Stomper of the week. Man had a great few games last week, 8 RBIs, a double, a 5-game hitting streak that was broken last night. Trying to restart one here on an 0-2. Looks at a pitch outside, ball 1. Europero over at second. Hoping to score for the 2nd time this ball game. Long pause from McCartney, someone who is trying to slow the game down on the mound. He comes home, and that one, a warm burn of that gets through off the second base and into the outfield. Europero digs home. The throw is cut off. Sebastiani stays at first. The hitting streak restarted for B-Seb. His first knock of the day as an RBI single that scores Europero extends Sonoma's lead to 7-1. Had a 5-game hitting streak last week. Now 1 for 3 today brings up Hunter Carlson. Carlson 0 for 1, walked back in the 3rd and scored a run. 2nd on the team in RBIs, 2nd on the team in homers. Looks at a first pitch fastball on the outer edge, 0-1. Has had to almost take a backseat to Tino Vassell, the man on deck, who now leads the CCL in ribbies. But Carlson's still a dangerous hitter. He hits that one into shallow left, and it drops for a knock. Station to station go the Stomps. Hunter Carlson with his first hit of the game. 2 on, nobody out. A run already across the plate against the new arm, Eddie McCartney. To get an out, and it's not getting any easier. Tino Vassell had an RBI single back in the first. He's 1 for 2 today. The team leader in average RBIs and home runs. The powerful lefty gets a first pitch and hits it foul. Out of play the opposite way. Towards where Logan Figlar is tossing. The 0-1. Hit over to first, gloved by Duran. Takes it to the bag himself, instead flips it. Had a hard time fielding it. 3-1 ground out, but Sebastiani advances the base runners. Brings up Mike Jones. A booming double back in the first. And reached second on an error back in the third on a similar head. He is destroying baseballs recently. Has 2 in scoring position. Swings and misses at a first pitch, 0-1. Jones was also 2 for 3 yesterday with a home run and a double. A 5 RBI day for Missile Mike. The 0-1. That one hit high to left field, into foul territory and out of play. Jones quickly behind here, 0-2. Left side of the infield, hugging the outfield grass. The first baseman, Ryan Duran, plays in. The 0-2, outside for a ball. This Legends defense playing poolside for Mike Jones. Both of his hits have been that way. Both his home runs on the season have been towards left. He's behind 1-2. Gets the pitch. And swings and misses. Went around a mile for his first strikeout of the night. First of the day for Eddie McCartney. Brings up Wesley Bass, who's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout himself. Trying to add on to the Stompers' lead. They're in front 7-1 over the Legends. Bass has runners on second and third with 2 down. McCartney comes home. Bass hits that one the other way and into the glove of Isaac Fendel for the final out of the inning. A softly hit liner to end the fourth, but not before 1 run comes across the plate on 3 hits, 2 lefts. Sonoma in front 7-1.
Nestled in the heart of Sonoma, Verano Cafe stands as the answer to locals yearning for wholesome food. Opened by Veronica Perez and Carlos Rubio, this cozy diner is nestled conveniently at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue. At Verano Cafe, breakfast, lunch, and dinner are experiences crafted with love and local ingredients. Each dish is a symphony of taste. But Verano Cafe isn't just about breakfast. Their lunch menu features favorites like fish and chips and classic French dishes catering to all tastes. Dinner includes house-made pasta dishes and elegant entrees. What really sets Verano Cafe apart is its commitment to quality and community. With locally sourced ingredients and a dedicated team that feels like family, Verano Cafe offers a warm and welcoming atmosphere. Whether you're a Sonoma local or a visitor, Verano Cafe promises to elevate your dining experience. Join us today and become a part of the Verano Cafe family. Verano Cafe, located at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue in Sonoma. Can I have another beer, please? Can I have another beer, please? The first rule to carrying on is to not get carried away. The Sonoma Springs Brewing Company reminds you to always drink responsibly.
Matthew Schallberger enters inning number 4. He faces the heart of the order from Menlo Park, Duran, Altmark, and Levitt McGee. Starting out with the most dangerous man in the lineup for the Legends, Ryan Duran, who flew out to left field to end the first. Duran, the righty, hitting .337 on the year with 6 doubles and a triple. Fouls the first pitch right to the Stompers' dugout, 0-1. Schallberger, after giving up a run in the second, had a 1-2-3 third. He's retired the last 5 batters he's faced. Ahead 0-1 against Duran. Schallberger comes home and misses outside for a ball. Duran has been a mainstay in this Legends lineup all year. Even when Nick Sanzeri would do his massive hockey-style substitutions, as Duran looks at a second strike behind 1 and 2. Duran would always be a big part of that lineup. Makes sense. Someone in the portal trying to establish a name for himself. Move on from the NAIA level at Westcliff and find a D1 institution as he hits that one over to third, gloved by Vassell, who throws across the infield in time for the first out of the inning. A nice backhand scoop from Tino at the hot corner, retire the first batter. Brings up Eric Altmark, the first Legend to reach back in the second with a leadoff walk. He's the only run of a day for Menlo Park, who trail by 6. Alrighty, lefty matchup. Schallberger sets and delivers. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Altmark way out ahead of that one. Someone who can work counts if he needs to. Has more walks on the year than strikeouts. Already has a free pass today. Looks at a pitch on the outer edge, 0-2. Quickly behind here against Schallberger. 3 strikeouts in his first 2 innings. He hasn't gotten one since. Ahead 0-2 against Altmark. Misses lone away. Altmark was at West Valley here in the South Bay. He's now committed to Portland up in Oregon. It's another 1-2 pitch and hits that one over to left. And Jones had a read on it all day for the second out of the inning. Brings up Casey Levitt McGee. Struck out looking back in the second. The CCL veteran. And for the second time today, was a 2025 Merchant. Now here with the Legends in their final home game of 2026 at Baylands. Schallberger comes home and misses high for a ball. Levitt McGee was at CSU Bakersfield, now in the portal. Powerful lefty bat with 6 extra base hits on the year, including a long ball. Looks at a ball outside yet again. He's out ahead here, 2-0. Trying to extend the inning with 2 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 4th after Sonoma got a run in the top half of the inning. Hitter-friendly count. Schallberger's 2-0 is hit to right center. Bass and Johnson run together. It's the center fielder, Johnson, who has the play for the final out of the inning. Schallberger with his 3rd 1-2-3 inning of the day. We head into the top of the 5th with the Stomps in control, 7-1.
Nestled in the heart of Sonoma, Verano Cafe stands as the answer to locals yearning for wholesome food. Opened by Veronica Perez and Carlos Rubio, this cozy diner is nestled conveniently at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue. At Verano Cafe, breakfast, lunch, and dinner are experiences crafted with love and local ingredients. Each dish is a symphony of taste. But Verano Cafe isn't just about breakfast. Their lunch menu features favorites like fish and chips and classic French dishes catering to all tastes. Dinner includes house-made pasta dishes and elegant entrees. What really sets Verano Cafe apart is its commitment to quality and community. With locally sourced ingredients and a dedicated team that feels like family, Verano Cafe offers a warm and welcoming atmosphere. Whether you're a Sonoma local or a visitor, Verano Cafe promises to elevate your dining experience. Join us today and become a part of the Verano Cafe family. Verano Cafe, located at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue in Sonoma.
Back end of the order starts out the top of the fifth. Shepler, Johnston, Ayala to the plate here for the Stomps. Eddie McCartney stays on the hill after allowing the first three base runners to get a hit in the fourth. Got 3 outs and only had a 1 run across the plate. His first time facing the powerful lefty Anthony Shepler. A long pause and comes home. Shepler looks at it outside for a ball. Shepler struck out swinging in the first and then drew a walk back in the third. One of 3 runs to cross the plate in that third frame. Hits that one high and out of play behind home plate. We're housed on the grandstand here at Baylands Park, right on the water here in Palo Alto, California. Expecting a nice sunset in just a few innings time. The 1-1 to Shep. Looked at it outside, ball 2. Shepler plays his collegiate ball just a few miles down the road at San Jose State. Heading back to the Spartans for a second year this fall. And while he missed a lot of action with San Jose State as he hits that one to right. Coming in is Altmark, and he makes the grab for the first out of the inning. 1 down here in the visitors' half of the fifth. Shepler's still someone that had some great moments for San Jose State. A walk-off, had a few doubles, and then a homer versus USF. He's retired, brings up Connor Johnston with 1 down here in the top of the fifth. CJ has reached both times he's been up with a walk and an RBI single. Those are both on the starter Agarwal, his first time facing McCartney. Gets a strike at the knees, 0-1. McCartney just wrapped up his freshman year at Vanguard, made 2 appearances for the Lions. As that one is hit very shallow up the middle, and it is out at first, rules Harold de Guzman. Connor Johnston almost kind of bunted that one a few feet in front of home plate. Madrigal's throw over to first was in time. Nearly drew Duran off the bag, but the out is recorded. Brings up Bryson Ayala with 2 down. Ayala, one of 2 Stompers yet to reach today. Checks his swing on the first pitch, called for a strike, 0-1. Tough day at the plate for Bryson. Grounded out into a double play in the second and then struck out looking to end the third. The 0-1 from McCartney, taken below the knees. 1-1. A 1-1 to Bryson in the dirt, ball 2. Ayala really has established himself as an everyday shortstop in the second half of the season for Sonoma after Kays DeRomalar left the team. The defense has gotten a lot better. We've seen a couple of nice plays already today here at Menlo Park, and the offense is taking a tick up as well as Ayala looks at 1-3 in the dirt. 3 uncompetitive misses in a row from Eddie McCartney has Ayala in a hitter's count. Base percentage has climbed up. 16 walks on the year, including 1 last night and a win for Sonoma. The 3-1 to Ayala called a strike. Full count here to Bryson. Can either draw his 17th walk of the season or his 32nd strikeout. Or he could put it in play. That's the beauty of baseball. Payoff pitch. Ayala lines that one to deep center. Griffin going back at the wall, and he makes the grab. A few feet away from leaving. Ayala goes down, and Eddie McCartney goes 1-2-3 here in the top of the 5th. We're chugging along at Baylands. 7-1, Sonoma leads.
Local expertise worldwide. Sotheby's International Realty is well known for their exceptional real estate agents that distinguish themselves in communities all over the world. To learn more about real estate in Napa, Sonoma, San Francisco, and the rest of the Bay Area, or around the globe, contact Sotheby's International Realty Wine Country Brokerage at 707-935-2288. That's 707-935-2288. Sotheby's International Realty. The Sonoma Stompers are excited to have Jacob's Restaurant providing all of our concessions this season. At the ballpark, you'll find gyros, Chicago dogs, pizza, and salads. But in their restaurant, you'll find an outstanding menu featuring the best Mediterranean-style offerings in town. Seafood linguine, chicken piccata, ravioli, risotto, pizza, and so much more. Don't forget to try their desserts. Jacob's Restaurant is located on 1266 Broadway, right next to Traintown. Jacob's Restaurant and the Sonoma Stompers, proud partners. Can I have another beer, please? Can I have another beer, please? The first rule to carrying on is to not get carried away. The Sonoma Springs Brewing Company reminds you to always drink responsibly.
New arm into the game for Sonoma. Jackson Rowland comes in for Matthew Schulberger after Schulberger went 4 innings, 1 hit, 1 run that was earned, 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. A nice start for the Stompers. Pitching staff, Roland hoping to continue it as he fires a strike 1 called to Isaac Fendel. Roland, the 6'1" righty, plays his college ball at Modesto JC. The second-year Stompers having a nice year as that one is hit high and deep to left. Jones comes in and makes the grab. A nice running play at the wall for Mike Jones for the first out of the inning and the first of Jackson Roland's day.
Yeah, and that's sort of a scouting report you get on Roland. He's gone now 11 innings to an ERA around 2.5, but a lot of outs on balls in play.
It's the exact same, nearly identical line to last year. He had a 2.51 ERA as a 2025 starter and 7 appearances out of the pen. 3-0 record. Not that bad for Jackson Roland. As that one is hit high into foul territory right in front of the Legends bullpen, and Shepler couldn't make the grab. 0-1.
Yeah, Shep just overran that ball a little bit, and that's exactly what Roland's going to do. I mean, if Shepler makes that catch, it's 2 outs on 3 pitches and balls in play. Only 5.9 Ks per 9 for Jackson.
It's not about how you get the outs. It's about how many outs you can get, and Roland has been successful at doing that this year for Sonoma. Fastball misses inside, ball 1. And one of the guys up here, Aikawa, hitting just 136 on the year. Draws a lot of walks. He's ahead 2-1. A .397 on-base percentage from the Lewis and Clark outfielder. The 2-1. Hit over to third. Vassell charges, scoops it off the ground, spins, throws. In time the first. A nice play from Dino Vassell yet again. This Stompers defense has been making some great plays this evening. Brings up Joaquin Stewart, 0 for 16 on the year. Has a few walks and 5 strikeouts. He flew out to center field back in the 2nd inning.
And that's 10 straight retired by Stomper pitching. He really settled down after that Fendel double that honestly could have gone as an error.
That one bounced foul up the third base line, 0-1.
And Nate, it's really early in this ball game to talk about, but if that stands as the only hit, Stompers might have been robbed of a no-hitter.
Still a lot of baseball left. Still have to get the out. 0-1, check swing, the appeal to first. Stewart went around, 0-2. Stewart, I mean, talk about no-hitter bids. Well, Stewart has a no-hitter on the season. The infielder heading to the Seattle University. Bounces that one over to Ayala, who throws across the infield. A one-hopper that Shepler scooped, but couldn't hang on to. It got away from the first baseman, and it will go down as an error. The first on the day for the Stompers defense. The first base runner since the second. Stewart reaches with 2 down to bring up Nick Madrigal. The catcher committed to Butler.
I think for Ayala, the shortstop there, he had a little bit more time. He threw across his body on one hop to Shepler. I don't know if he had fully time to set his feet, but I think he had maybe a split second more to get his body in a better position to throw that ball to first. And
Roland
even
now has
Shepler at first could have maybe waited back and taken it on a hop.
Fouled back, 0-1. Roland going to have to tighten up here with 2 down and a runner on first. A lot of arms available today for Zach Pace. Trying to find out who are guys he can trust come a week's time in San Luis Obispo, we assume. The 0-1. Fastball misses below the knees.
It's a great pitch, and if Roland keeps throwing like this, there's no reason not to extend him through this 5th, the 6th, and I mean, I think there's a debate for him going the 7th as well if he can keep the pitch count down. Trying to lengthen him out here at the end of the year. Zach Pay's trying to do that with a lot of guys.
0-1. That one hit the other way for a base hit. Bass comes in and grabs it off the ground.
Well, that's
2-out rally brewing here, and your hypothetical no-hitter, Kieran, is broken.
Gone.
Brings up the top of the order. Mason Griffin 0 for 2 today.
Blues have tied it up on the out-of-town scoreboard. They're trying to keep pace with Walnut Creek.
It's going to be a competitive finish. The Blues play the Philippines, obviously, but then it's a tough end of the season. They play Conejo, the LB Academy Barons, and then the Riptide to close things out. So 1-0 is low.
On the out-of-town scoreboard, the Crawdads are about to finish off their win over the Seagulls. That would make it a 2-game lead over the Blues.
Roland's 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. And for the Crawdads, and close things out, you got a couple against these legends. And then you got a game Saturday against the Stompers at Arnold Field. You can get your tickets for that one along with the rest of the final regular season games at stompersbaseball.com. Should be some fun ones. The 1-1 popped up, out of play. And it could be your last chance to see the Stompers. Expected to be road warriors in the CCL North playoffs. But if the Stomps can win their 2nd CCL North title in a row, it's the North's year to host. So that means the CCL Championship Series will be played at Arnold for the first time in Stompers history. We'll have coverage for every and all game on the Stompers YouTube channel as that one is popped up into right center. Europero under it and makes the grab for the final out of the inning. That one hung up in the air for a minute, but Misa had the read. Roland leaves 2 on a hit and an error. We head into the top of the 6th. Sonoma in front 7-1.
The official headwear provider for the Sonoma Stompers is Melvin Roy. Melvin Roy hats, made to be lived in. From baseball nights in Sonoma to road trips anywhere. Everyday moments, Melvin Roy hats. This is legacy in motion. Melvin Roy. This season, AVA Tractor LLC is proud to support local baseball and the farming community that helps keep the wine country working. AVA Tractor provides vineyard-focused equipment for serious growers, including Deutz Fahr tractors. From daily farming needs to the next generation of vineyard equipment, AVA Tractor is built for Napa and Sonoma growers who need ROI, local support, and equipment that can work in real vineyard conditions. Hit it out of the park with AVA Tractor LLC. Solutions made for your vineyard. Hey, Stomper fans! Sonoma Springs Brewing Company has created a new special beer just for us. It's called On Deck. It's a light, crisp lager brewed for a smooth, refreshing finish. The perfect beer to enjoy here at Arnold Field or anytime you're thirsty. Sonoma Springs and the Sonoma Stompers, where your next beer is always on deck.
Top of the order for the top of the 6th. Europero, Sebastiani, and Carlson lead things off against Eddie McCartney. These were the first 3 guys the Legends' first reliever faced, and all 3 of them got hits, starting off with Europero, a double. He's 3 for 3 today. Had a 3 for 4 day yesterday with a homer, someone who's just getting hot in the final week of the season into the playoffs. Looks at a first pitch outside, 1-0.
The surprising score when you look at the out-of-town board from across the league is the Philippines and the Blues are tied 3-3 in the 5th.
The 1-0 to Misa is fouled, 1-1. That's, of course, a Blues team that Sonoma could be facing in the CCL North wild card just 6 days from today down at Sinsheimer.
It's going to be a good one.
Last time Sonoma played the Blues, went into extra innings, a very close one down and slow. The 1-1 to Europero is a called strike 2 at the top of the zone. And really both times those 2 teams played down and slow. They were pretty close games that Sonoma was in until the death of it. The 1-2 to Europero. Checks to swing the appeal to third. Yes, he did, says Alex Dickerson. Europero is retired for the first time today with a swinging strike 3. Brings up Ben Sebastiani. Had a single back in the 4th, an RBI, his 10th of the year. He's 1 for 3 on the day. McCartney comes home. And Sebastiani, a one-hopper, gloved by the shortstop Kelly. Throw across in time. Kelly and Stewart nearly collided there, but the shortstop still came up with it. 2 very quick outs here in the 6th. Doesn't get any easier, though. Hunter Carlson, who's gone on base over half the times he's been up this year, is the 3rd man to the plate here in the 6th. He's 1 for 2 today with a single and a walk. And on-base percentage continuing to climb. McCartney's first pitch. The lefty hits that one right back up the middle for a knock. 2-out rally brewing here for the Stomps. Hunter Carlson with his 2nd hit of the day. Brings up Tino Vassell with 2 down. Vassell himself is 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Has produced with 2 outs before. Just yesterday, a 2-out homer in the 1st against San Francisco that put Sonoma in front, a lead the Stomps would not relinquish. The first pitch to Vassell is up and away, ball 1. Vassell now has 35 RBIs on the year. Leads the league. He's ahead 1-0 against McCartney. And takes a pitch low and in. Ahead 2-0. And now Nick Madrigal wants a word with his pitcher, Eddie McCartney. Got 2 very quick outs against Europero and Sebastiani, but then Carlson had a hit up the middle. Vassell at the plate here, and then Mike Jones on deck, a very dangerous hitter. It's no wonder why the catcher feels like he has some things to run over with his pitcher. Meaning, finish Madrigal back to his post. For the catcher heading to Butler, he's taking a bigger role with the Legends in the 2nd half of the season. Gives the sign to McCartney, who fires a 2-0. That one hit to left. Aikawa and Stewart run together into foul territory, and it drops without a play being made. 2-1 on the foul ball from Vassell. 2-1. High, ball 3, hitters count.
Got more action in the bullpen for Sonoma. Looks like a righty up and throwing.
Gage McCown, perhaps? It's one of the guys listed as hot today for Zach Pace. The hitters count to Vassell. Taken below the knees, ball 4. First and second, 2 out for Mike Jones. A rally starting to come to fruition here for Sonoma. But you can't really call it a rally unless you score. Mike Jones, the man responsible for doing so. He's got 7 ribbies for the first 2 games this week, including today. A 2-run double back in the first. He reached on an error back in the third. He struck out in the fourth. That was against McCartney, who's trying to get out of the 6th. The first pitch, Jones bounces foul. 0-1. 15 RBIs on the year now for Mike Jones. After 2 years at Pima, he'll be staying here in the Bay Area at USF. The righty from Vanguard, McCartney, comes home and misses low. Madrigal did a good job keeping that one in front of him. Prevented Carlson from advancing to third and Vassell to second. Trying to keep things within reaching distance for Menlo Park, who trail by 6. McCartney looks back at second and fires low, ball 2.
Good at bat here from Jones. Fouled off that first pitch and then laid off the next 2. He has the count leverage and a chance. I mean, 7-1's already a pretty safe lead. If you go up more than that, you can all but count this one over.
Has seen 2 uncompetitive misses in a row from McCartney. What does Jones get here? A hard hit ball to left field. Aikawa going back at the wall, and he watches it go. Mike Jones with his 2nd home run in 2 days puts it to bed for Sonoma. 10-1 Stomps lead. Mike Jones has just been destroying baseballs over the last couple days. A 2-out rally to fruition here for the Stomps brings up Wesley Bass with nobody on, trying to keep it going.
Yeah, Nate, you said it earlier. Europero and Sebastiani go down on 4 pitches. It looks like McCartney is about to cruise through the 6th, and then Carlson single, Vassell walk, and Jones makes everybody pay.
Wesley Bass takes a fastball up and in, 0-1. Jones now with 17 RBIs on the year. Nine of them have come this week. As that one misses outside for a ball to Bass. 9 of them have come in the last 2 games, and we're still not out of this one yet. Had 5 yesterday against the Seagulls. He's got 4 today against the Legends. Bass fouls that one back, 1-2. Off the catcher, Madrigal, who home plate umpire Andrew Bergstrom checks on.
9 and lost 9 innings.
Yeah. Started the week as a defensive substitute for Trent Keys, who had to leave the ball game yesterday against San Francisco, and he has produced. Bass gets a 1-2. and looks at it for strike 3 called. The inning is over. But not before 3 runs come across the plate on a 2-out rally, capitalized by Mike Jones's home run. We head into the bottom of the 6th. Sonoma en route for another victory on the road.
Nestled in the heart of Sonoma, Verano Cafe stands as the answer to locals yearning for wholesome food. Opened by Veronica Perez and Carlos Rubio, this cozy diner is nestled conveniently at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue. At Verano Cafe, breakfast, lunch, and dinner are experiences crafted with love and local ingredients. Each dish is a symphony of taste. But Verano Cafe isn't just about breakfast. Their lunch menu features favorites like fish and chips and classic French dishes catering to all tastes. Dinner includes house-made pasta dishes and elegant entrees. What really sets Verano Cafe apart is its commitment to quality and community. With locally sourced ingredients and a dedicated team that feels like family, Verano Cafe offers a warm and welcoming atmosphere. Whether you're a Sonoma local or a visitor, Verano Cafe promises to elevate your dining experience. Join us today and become a part of the Verano Cafe family. Verano Cafe, located at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue in Sonoma. Hey, Stomper fans! Sonoma Springs Brewing Company has created a new special beer just for us. It's called On Deck. It's a light, crisp lager brewed for a smooth, refreshing finish. The perfect beer to enjoy here at Arnold Field or anytime you're thirsty. Sonoma Springs and the Sonoma Stompers, where your next beer is always on deck.
Menlo Park has some work to do against a new arm. Griffin Messenger comes in, the 6-foot righty from Napa, California, heading to Davidson. Comes in for Jackson Rowland, who went an inning, allowed 1 hit, nothing else. No runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Messenger facing 2, 3, and 4. Kelly, Duran, and Altmark. Tough part of the order here from Menlo Park. First pitch. Fastball from Messenger, called strike. Has had a couple of nice appearances in a row here. Messenger. As that one is bounced over to the shallow left side of the infield. Ayala, quick throw over to first, not in time. Ryder Kelly beats it out on the softest of infield singles you could imagine. The scouting report on Messenger says you can expect that. He'll attack in the zone. He's given up 6 hits in 5 2/3, but only 1 run, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. That's the deal with Ryder Kelly at first, with Ryan Duran to the plate. The first pitch. Blown away for a ball.
Yeah, this is a nice situation to come into as a reliever. You're working with a 9-run lead. All you really have to do is throw strikes. A lot easier said than done, though.
Swing and a miss. 1-1. That's a good start right there.
You can give up little bleeder infield singles like that when you have a 9-run cushion. You just don't want to start walking guys, give the other team hope, and extend this ball game.
That one fouled back, 1-2. Kelly was ready to run in case it stayed fair. It would have been another very, very softly fit infield single if it stayed inside the infield grass. I'm starting to toss for Menlo Park after Eddie McCartney allowed a 3-run, 2-out homer to Mike Jones. Back pick over to first. Not in time. Called ball outside. Kelly was dancing a little too much over at first. Carlson keeping him in check. A 2-2. Low, ball 3. There's one thing that Stompers pitching has done a good job of. It's been limiting walks. Only one free pass issued all day. That was to Eric Altmark back in the second. He's on deck. Messengers 3-2. Outside ball 4. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. Exactly what you're trying to do after your offense put up some runs back in the top half of the inning.
Still just got to try and induce that ground ball, see if you can get a double play.
Altmark walked back in the second and flew out in the fourth. He's 0 for 1 today. As he hits that one foul. 0-1. Messenger, another one of those guys trying to maybe break into that playoff bullpen for Sonoma. But he hits the batter. Eric Altmark on the front arm. Bases loaded with nobody out. Now a reliever starting to warm up. Brings up Casey Levitt McGee. 0 for 2, but with 13 RBIs on the year and 6 extra base hits. He's someone that can be dangerous. The first pitch, swing and a miss, 0-1.
Home run hack.
Levitt McGee trying to cut the deficit to just 5 on that swing. He checks his swing on what was called a strike 2. Messenger would love a strikeout here. The 0-2. Called strike 3. There is one. Levitt McGee goes down looking for the second time today. A big out for Griffin Messenger with the bases loaded.
And now you get your ground ball, you're out of the inning. No harm done.
Fendel had a double back in the second that easily could have been ruled an error. He also flew out in the 5th. He hits that one over to second. Could be 2. Europero doesn't go for it. Instead gets the easy out at first and allows a run to cross the plate. That is the right decision from Europero. Would have been a tough play to turn. 4-3 ground out. Gives Isaac Fendel his 11th RBI of the year. 10-2 ball game with 2 down. 2 in scoring position for Michael Aikala. Over 2 today with a strikeout himself. Messenger's pitch. Away, ball 1. Kawa looks at that one for a ball as well. He's out ahead here, 2-0. Prolific career at Lewis and Clark. Where he enters his senior season, tied for 12th in program history and career RBIs, 13th in walks, 14th in stolen bases, and tied for 14th in doubles. This past season, he led Lewis and Clark in RBI, home run, and walks. He's only hitting 136 on the year this season, and he's had 3-1 on a pitch up and away. Griffin Messenger just looking for the final out of the inning. Aikawa looking to get his legends back in the game. Hitters count. Aikawa swings and misses. Strike 2. Couldn't reach that. Pitch from Messenger, who's in a 3-2 count. 2 down. Duran at third. Altmark at second. Messenger fires. Fouled away. We'll do it again. Messenger tries to get out of the inning. His payoff pitch. Hit high to shallow right. Basson Urapera run on, and it drops in no man's territory. 1 run crosses the plate. Altmark scores 2. Michael Aikawa. So the Legends are not quite out of it just yet. A 2-run, 2-out single brings up Joaquin Stewart. 0 for 2 today. Reached on an error back in the 5th. He's now 0 for 17 on the season. He's the man responsible for keeping the inning going against Griffin Messenger. That's a tough play to get for the right side of the infield. It's the outfield Kieran. The Bermuda Triangle eats up Sonoma.
Yeah, that just hit right over Shepler, the first baseman's head.
0-1 on a fastball through the heart to Stewart.
Bass, even playing shallow and right, never really had a chance to make that catch.
The 1-0 misses away, ball 2. Should be 1-1. Alec Bergstrom signals, and it's now 1-2. Messenger a strike away from getting out of the inning. 3 across the plate. Stomps in front by 6. The runner takes off. The throw is high. The throw into second. It's away into center, but Aikawa holds. I mentioned that he's climbing up the leaderboard in stolen bases at Lewis and Clark. Well, he gets one there for Menlo Park. He's in scoring position with 2 down. Messenger in a 2-2 count. He fires home. That one bounced over to a ranging Ayala, who throws across the body in time. Shepler holds onto it for the final out of the inning. But not before 3 runs come across the plate on 2 hits. No errors. 1 left. We head into the top of the 7th. Kieran Costa back on play-by-play on the Stompers Broadcast Network.
Nestled in the heart of Sonoma, Verano Cafe stands as the answer to locals yearning for wholesome food. Opened by Veronica Perez and Carlos Rubio, this cozy diner is nestled conveniently at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue. At Verano Cafe, breakfast, lunch, and dinner are experiences crafted with love and local ingredients. Each dish is a symphony of taste. But Verano Cafe isn't just about breakfast. Their lunch menu features favorites like fish and chips and classic French dishes catering to all tastes. Dinner includes house-made pasta dishes and elegant entrees. What really sets Verano Cafe apart is its commitment to quality and community. With locally sourced ingredients and a dedicated team that feels like family, Verano Cafe offers a warm and welcoming atmosphere. Whether you're a Sonoma local or a visitor, Verano Cafe promises to elevate your dining experience. Join us today and become a part of the Verano Cafe family. Verano Cafe, located at the crossroads of Highway 12 and Verano Avenue in Sonoma.
We play into the top of the 7th inning. Shepler, Johnston, and Ayala against Eddie McCartney starting his 4th inning of work. Allowed a run in the 4th, no runs in the 5th, and 3 runs in the 6th. All of those in the 6th thanks to a Mike Jones 3-run home run over the wall and left. First pitch to Shepler is outside, 1-0. Order restored down at Sinsheimer. The Blues have taken a 5-3 lead over the 1-16 Philippines baseball group. Shep, a lefty, fouls it into the glove of Madrigal. The count's 1-1. 10-4 Stompers in the 7th. 10 runs on 10 hits. And just 1 error. The Legends 4 runs on 4 hits, but 3 errors. Big difference in the ball game. Half those runs driven in by Mike Jones. 1-1 pitch to Shepler. At the knees, says Andrew Bergstrom. The count's 1-2.
I mean, you always want that runs to hits ratio to kind of be even, if not more in favor of runs to hits. Sonoma has done that the last couple days. 10 runs on 11 hits yesterday, 10 runs on 10 hits here today.
Trying to add to that in the 7th. The pitch to Shepler is hit in the air to center. Griffin goes back, still back, and he runs it down a step shy of the track. 1 away. Ball had some carry, but not enough to get out of the ballpark. Griffin runs it down in left center, 1 away.
We had some geese and last week in Monte Vista, in the last road game against Danville. It seems they're back here at Baylands. You called them the good luck geese.
Stomps got a win in that one. That was the start of last week. A victory at Monte Vista High School over the Crawdads. Stompers will see the Crawdads just once more in the regular season on Saturday. Johnston, 1 for 2. Takes a cold strike 1. He walked in the first, RBI single in the 3rd. Thrown out by the catcher Madrigal on a swinging bunt back in the 5th. Swinging away here on an 0-1, you'd think, but he takes outside and high, 1-1.
You're really expecting the CCL North to run through Monte Vista this year. I mean, the Blues have had a better go-around this year against teams from the CCL South. They've been really competitive against a lot of his ball clubs, but they still finished the season out against the Barons and the Oaks.
Johnson holds up on a pitch at the knees. It's 2-1.
It's definitely a lot tougher of a finish than the Crawdads, who really only, besides the Stompers, play teams below 500 this season.
2-1 to Johnston. Taken for a strike. Close pitch. Teams exchanged 3 spots in that 6th inning. Two is low, skips in to make it 3-2. Johnston vying for his 2nd walk of the day. He'd been on base 3 times. Would be the 3rd Stomper to meet that mark. Europero a couple singles and a double. Carlson a couple singles and a walk, and Jones has doubled, homered, and reached on an error himself. Payoff pitch to Johnston is bounced foul off of his foot.
Good job for staying alive there by CJ, though. That's one where I'm curious to see what the TrackMan says. It was kind of low and away. Easily could have been a walk for CJ.
I think maybe in this zone, close enough, you have to protect with 2 strikes. Another payoff from McCartney. Johnson hits it weakly to second. Charging is Fendel, gets a room service hop and throws out the center fielder, 2 down. 2 quick outs, but that's how the 6th started. The Stompers wound up with 3 runs. Bryson Ayala will have to start that rally here in the 7th.
But again, as you said in the 6th, I mean, it was 2 outs on 4 pitches pretty much, and then single, walk, homer.
Ken Blankenship up in the bullpen. You'd expect him to get the bottom of this 7th inning with a pretty comfortable 6-run lead. Bryson's grounded into a double play, struck out, and lined out. He checks his swing, but goes around on a slider in the dirt, 0-1. These 2 teams play for the final time tomorrow at Arnold Field at 6:05. Oh, 1. That ball's hit a ton to deep left center. Aikawa turns and watches it fly. Bryson Ayala's 3rd long ball of the season extends the Stompers' lead to 11-4.
2-out homer off of Eddie McCartney again, Kieran. It happened in the 6th. It happens again in the 7th. Ayala putting in a very nice end of the season together. That's his 2nd long ball in 3 games.
Bryson bomb number 3, and the Stompers extend the lead back to 7. Ball was hammered off the bat right over the 375 sign in left center field.
It's the power you expect from someone his frame, 6'5". Really powerful swing. He's been working on it a ton with Paul Madarena.
First pitch to Europero is a called strike at the top of the zone. Bryson breaks up what was an 0 for 3 day with a demonstrative home run. Europero grounds this one to 3rd, right at Joaquin Stewart, who flips it across the diamond to get out of the inning. But a run on a hit. It was a Bryson Ayala long ball. Time to stretch here in Menlo Park, 11-4, your score.
The official headwear provider for the Sonoma Stompers is Melvin Roy. Melvin Roy hats, made to be lived in. From baseball nights in Sonoma to road trips anywhere. Everyday moments, Melvin Roy hats. This is legacy in motion. Melvin Roy. This season, AVA Tractor LLC is proud to support local baseball and the farming community that helps keep the wine country working. AVA Tractor provides vineyard-focused equipment for serious growers, including Deutz Fahr tractors. From daily farming needs to the next generation of vineyard equipment, AVA Tractor is built for Napa and Sonoma growers who need ROI, local support, and equipment that can work in real vineyard conditions. Hit it out of the park with AVA Tractor LLC. Solutions made for your vineyard.
At Ricci Vineyards, we feel that wine and baseball are the perfect pairing, and we are proud supporters of our Sonoma Stompers. Our family-run vineyard has been farming and growing grapes and carneros for over 40 years. We encourage you to witness our wine journey and check out our selection of boutique offerings at RicciVineyards.com.
The Stompers are proud to have Adams Chiropractic as our official chiropractor. Keeping our players healthy and in the lineup is our #1 priority. And Adams Chiropractic is right there every step of the way, thanks to Dr. Lawrence Adams.
Ken Blankenship, big righty, comes into the game. Started at Sac City. Played at Benedictine Mesa down in Arizona last year, making his 8th Stomper appearance. He has a 5.79 ERA over 14 innings. But he is 2-0, so the Stompers win when he throws, and his first pitch to Madrigal is fouled down the first baseline, 0-1. Messenger pitched the 6th. He gave up 2 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. He walked a batter and hit a batter, didn't strike anybody out. Stompers up 11-4. The pitch is just low, 1-1. Madrigal grounded out to the shortstop Ayala in the 3rd. He singled in the 5th. One is outside. Blankenship pitched the last time these two teams played back on June the 26th. An inning and 2/3 here at Baylands. He's behind 2-1 against Madrigal, who takes high 3-1.
I have to say, Kieran, I'm impressed with your ability. I mean, we're 7 innings in, and you still haven't brought up that Nick Madrigal shares a name with a major leaguer.
I know. I do like to bring that up.
It's a good little nugget.
Journeyman,
it's not a common
baseman.
name.
3-1. Bounce back up the middle. Ayala gives it a look, but it kicks into center field for a leadoff single. Second hit for a former Emmanuel College catcher.
You can see why you're an author to Butler. So that swing, that was a hard hit ball off the infield grass. No chance at fielding that one.
So we flip back to the top of the order and Mason Griffin here in the 7th. Stompers middle infield, Ayala and Europero play for 2. Griffin hits it off home plate and it kicks foul. Up the 3rd baseline, 0-1. Stompers hoping to finish off this victory and head back to Sonoma for the homestand, as this one misses 1-1. In control, 11-4. 3 in the 1st, 3 in the 3rd, 3 in the 6th, with lone runs in the 4th and the 7th. Just tallied 11 runs on 11 hits. Shepler holds the runner at first. That's Madrigal. Griffin takes upstairs 2-1. Stompers pitching has walked 2 and hit a batter. They've struck out just 3, as that one is cut on and missed 3 and 2. All 3 of those strikeouts were by Schallberger, and they were all in the first 2 innings. Rowland and Messenger haven't picked up a K. Two-two pitch. Popped up on the infield, left side. 2 Stompers call it, but it's the shortstop Ayala that makes the play, and that's exactly what should happen. Ayala is the captain of the infield. It's his ball to catch. Stompers have yet to turn a double play defensively in this game. It would be nice to get one against Ryder Kelly. An infield single his last time up. 1 for 3 on the evening. Lights are on, but still clear blue skies here on the peninsula. Blankenship slide step delivery is low.
Ryder Kelly, one of those guys who, we saw Griffin Messenger earlier today, a recent high school grad. Kelly just graduated from Menlo Atherton. He's playing for UC Davis in his freshman year there.
I wonder if he's introduced himself to Eli Burnham yet. Stomper, it's a late addition, plays at Davis. Kelly fouls it into the glove of Carlson, 1-1. Challenge fastball from Blankenship.
Burnham has some good recs for him being a local from the Davis area.
Haven't seen Eli in the game today. Slated to catch tomorrow against V's Legends. The pitch. That ball is hammered to center. Wesley Bass heads back on it. Beg your pardon, that's Johnston in center who makes the catch. So Kelly retired, a couple quick outs after the single, and it brings up Ryan Duran, who flew out to left, grounded out to third, and walked. That walk was in the sixth. He scored on the Aikawa single. Shepler's still holding the runner, so hitting room on the right side. If Duran can shoot one to the opposite field, he's ahead in the count 1-0. There's been a righty throwing for a while down there in the bullpen for Menlo Park. McCartney's now gone 4 full innings.
I mean, we've always seen Nick Sanzeri to be one of those guys that likes to stretch his arms for as long as he can.
Duran takes high and tight 2-0.
I'll never forget when Kai Manick threw 117 pitches.
Manick threw 72 pitches yesterday in a complete game against the Crawdads. A 72-pitch complete game where he allowed 6 runs. Now that's something. Duran hits this one high in the air to very shallow center. Connor Johnson has a long way to go, and he calls everybody off, goes into a slide, and comes up with it. A very athletic play by Johnston in center. And the side is retired. The leadoff single is left right there. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We head to the 8th in an 11-4 game. Nate Doneker takes the mound, a righty who attends the University of Miami. Played his high school baseball at Palo. First team All-League in 2024 for the Vikings. He deals with Sebastiani, Carlson, and Vassell. First pitch, and Sebastiani is hit by the pitch. For Ben, that is hit by pitch number 6. And the Stompers have the leadoff man here in the 8th on first base. And that brings up Hunter Carlson and then Tino Vassell. And Carlson and Vassell are battling for so many team leads. I mean, they entered play with just 6 points difference in the average, 1 home run, 3 RBI difference. I mean, Carlson leads in on-base percentage, Vassell right behind him. Carlson has 8 doubles to Vassell's 6. Another thing they're battling for is the most multi-RBI games in Sonoma. Carlson has 7 games where he's driven in multiple runs, and Vassell leads the team with 8 games where he's has multiple RBIs. That's an impressive number, as that one misses up and away. So if Carlson homers here, it would mean he has 2 RBIs today, and he would tie Vassell with 8 multi-rib games. That one's up and away. Just how deep into the stats we dive here in Sonoma as Joey Sorelli runs out to the mound to try and settle down Doneker. A historically analytics-first organization here in Sonoma.
Get yourself a GM that can do it all.
I know.
Stats. He's the one running the scoreboard right now. Man who wears many hats.
It's most smoothly run organization in the North, not even close. Well over 300 tickets sold for tomorrow's game in Sonoma. Give or take 15 on hand here in Menlo Park. 2-0 pitch. Outside 3-0. And if the Stompers beat the Blues, we'll say, and go to Walnut Creek, it's going to be a tale of 2 very, very different playoff environments. You're going to be playing in front of 500 at Sinsheimer as Hunter Carlson flips his bat as he takes ball 4. And so all 5 pitches have been out of the zone so far. 1 hit Sebastiani and then 4 missed to Carlson. And Vassell now has a golden opportunity for that 9th multi-RBI game.
To your point about the different environments, I mean, 500 might be an underestimate. I'd say they can reach up to 1,000 for games late on in the season, especially a playoff game.
Vassell takes high 1-0,
and that's a night. That's going to be a night game.
And then you
Monta
go
Vista
4
is
o'clock
red
at
hot.
Monta Vista.
It was 90 degrees just a few days ago when the Stomps played there.
The pitch, Vassell takes finally a strike on the 7th pitch of the inning from Doneker. And Zach Pace talked about it when he was discussing the different playoff environments. He said, I remember vividly our win 2 years ago. We shook hands at home plate and then turned back to that visiting crowd section, and then there was a huge group of Sonoma fans that had traveled down cheering him on. And then you go to Walnut Creek, and there was maybe 20 people at that CCL North title game 2 years ago. 2-1 pitch here to Vassell is high, 3-1. One more wide one would load up the bases with nobody out for Mike Jones, working on a 5 RBI day. (3-1) hitters count to Vassell. Swing and a miss. Chased a high fastball, wanted to deliver a lot more than a walk to load the bases there. Swung for the fences, came up empty, and will get a payoff. This one's fouled back to the screen. So Vassell now in a bit of a nice battle with Nate Donaker. (3-2). Vassell takes ball 4. Bases loaded without a hit. Hit by pitch to Sebastiani, and now walks to Carlson and Vassell. Bases loaded, no one out. Mike Jones at the plate. Mike Jones, not a guy you want to come into the zone against. The way he's been swinging it over his last 7 plate appearances. That includes 2 doubles, 2 homers, and 10 runs driven in. First pitch from Donaker. Jones takes outside 1-0. Jones hits a high chopper to short. Backing up is Kelly. He goes to second, and that's the only out they'll get. And that is the 6th run batted in today for Mike Jones. 6-4 on the fielder's choice. Sebastiani scores. Carlson goes to third. Vassell is out, and Jones takes his place at first. That's just a little Baltimore chop. That's a nice play by Ryder Kelly, who backed up to the outfield grass, and his only out would have been at second base, and that's where he got it. 12-4 of the score. And now Wesley Bass is the only Stomper yet to reach, has a chance to change that. He takes a called strike, 0-1. The pitch to Bass is bounced to the right side and through for a base hit. Mike Jones holds at second base, and Wesley Bass singles through the right side. Every Stomper's reached at least once, and they're up 13-4.
First hit for Wesley Bass since coming back from the heel injury. That's a good one for Sonoma. He was someone who was really hot before we had to exit for a week or so. If he can pick back up where he left off offensively, that's massive for Sonoma.
That brings up Anthony Shepler, the only Stomper without a hit today, and that's lined foul and out of play. A little bit late on that fastball. Action in both bullpens. Looks like it'll be Devin Laginto for the bottom of this 8th for Sonoma. Donaker comes set and delivers. Shepler bounces it foul at home plate, 0-2. Stompers with a win would get to 23 CCL victories on the year. And you add that to the 4 out-of-league games, it would be 27 total. 2-2 pitch. 0-2 pitch, beg your pardon, is down in 1-2. And that's sort of the goal for Zach Pace and his coaching staff. 2 years ago, they got 30 wins. That was their first 30-win season. And then last year, 32, including the playoffs in the out-of-league slate. 1-2 to Shepler is high, but he swings through it for strikeout number 1 for Donaker. Second out of the inning. And this year, that number, as I mentioned, could climb to 27 with a win today. And there's 4 games remaining. 2 against Alameda, 1 against these Legends, and 1 against Walnut Creek. They would have to go 3-4 in that group to 3 in 3 in 3 in 4.
Yes.
There it is. Johnston takes a ball.
Assuming they win today,
Yeah.
right?
An assumption I'm willing to make with Sonoma 13-4 in the 8th.
It's more a clarification than a
Donaker misses inside 2-0.
trying to be careful.
2-0 pitch. Johnson a chance to drive in a couple more runs. Already has one knocked in today. He's had 3-0. On base twice yesterday. He's already been on base twice today, and he's on his way to a third time aboard. Lefty committed to Bellarmine out of high school. Raised in Wilsonville, Oregon. 3-1 pitch. High for ball 4. So the bases are loaded once more for the Stompers. Jones is at third, Bass is at second, and Johnson is at first for Bryson Ayala. He picked up his 11th run batted in with his long ball. Doniker has walked 3 in the inning. He's hit a batter and given up a single. The pitch to Ayala, high and tight. It through the glove of Madrigal, pass ball, forces another run home for the Stomps. It is now 14-4. I don't know if that was a cross-up or something. It was just in and out of the glove of Madrigal. He couldn't find it. It rolled right behind him. Jones with heads-up base running scores from third. Wesley Bass takes third. And Johnston trails to second. 1-0 to Ayala. High and inside again, 2-0. Stompers scored 10 runs yesterday. Won it 10-2. They have 14 runs today. The pitch to Ayala is a strike, 2-1. "14 runs on 12 hits. 2-1 is a strike. Late call from Bergstrom. The count's now level. Two-two offer. Ayala takes a ball. Another one that Madrigal can't corral. And if Ayala walks, the bases will be loaded for Misael Europero, the 9th man to hit in the frame. Two and a half hours after first pitch. Payoff to Ayala. Check swing foul back to the screen. Doniker doing anything he can to escape this 8th. Stompers have scored 3 times and a couple more out in scoring position. The pitch. Ayala takes outside for ball 4. The bases are loaded. And Misael Europero grounded out to end the 7th. Hits here in the 8th. Right on left, Doniker to Europero, who had a hit in his first 3 at-bats. He's struck out and grounded out since. That's good for 3 for 5 with 2 runs scored and a double. Doniker might not have pitched competitively since high school. He delivers to Europero inside, overthrew the fastball.
It's weird because you look on his Instagram and there's photos of him in a baseball uniform at the University of Miami, but he's not listed on the varsity or club roster. His brother Josh Doniker is listed. He just finished up his 4th year at Miami with the club team, but Nate Doniker is not listed.
1-1 comes to Misael Europero. That one's lined into center field, a base hit. It's going to roll to Griffin, who corrals it in left center. He can't pick it up. 2-run score. Here comes Ayala. The throw is cut off, and Europero delivers a double that scores 3. We'll see how many RBI they end up giving him on a play that Mason Griffin maybe could have made. The Stompers have hit around in the 8th, and they're pouring it on. They lead by 13. Everybody scores. That's Bass from third. Johnston from second. Ayala came all the way around from first. Ben Sebastiani, who was hit by a pitch to start this inning, is back up there against Doniker. They're going to give Europero credit for all of it, a 3 RBI double for Misa. It's a 4-hit, 2-double, 3-ribby day.
Now 26 ribs on the year for Misa.
Why not?
That get him pretty high up on the CCL lead as well.
Sebastiani fouls it into the glove, 1-1. This is like the Stompers Legend games of last year. Sonoma hammered Menlo Park.
26 would have Europero top 5 in the CCL, tied with Tyson Reese of the Conejo Oaks.
Yeah, Stompers have the top 2 on that leaderboard this year. Sebastiani bounces it foul, 2-2.
Some clarification on
we can
Nate Doniker's.
Vinny Braga after the inning. Sonoma went to close this point 8-1 against Menlo Park last year. And they scored 10+ runs. The 2-2 pitch to Sebastiani is right down the middle for a called strike 3. And the inning is over. The Stompers pour on the runs here in the 8th. We'll come back for the bottom of the 8th in a 17-4 game.
Hey, Stomper fans! Sonoma Springs Brewing Company has created a new special beer just for us. It's called On Deck. It's a light, crisp lager brewed for a smooth, refreshing finish. The perfect beer to enjoy here at Arnold Field or anytime you're thirsty. Sonoma Springs and the Sonoma Stompers, where your next beer is always on deck. Can I have another beer, please? Can I have another beer, please? The first rule to carrying on is to not get carried away. The Sonoma Springs Brewing Company reminds you to always drink responsibly.
Eric Altmark leads off against Devin Laginto, who has just committed to San Diego State, and he misses up high. Laginto started at Grand Canyon, and then he played last year at San Joaquin Delta, and now he's headed to SDSU. He misses Hyatt's 2-0 on Altmark. Laginto makes his 13th appearance. He's 2-0 with 3 saves and a 5.74 ERA over 15 2/3 innings. His 2-0 pitch is down and inside now, 3-0. Altmark, Levitt, McGee, and Fendel. 17-4 Stompers. The pitch is a check swing, no swing, 4-pitch walk. Stompers scored 6 runs in the top of this 8th inning. Stompers had 6 runs on just 2 hits in that inning. 1-0 is strike, 0-1. So Laginto finds the zone. Back at the D1 level is Deb, the second-year Stomper. Real hard-working righty. Happy to see him. And happy to see what he'll do with the Aztecs. He's ahead here 0-2 on Levitt McGee, who struck out twice looking. He's also flown out to center.
And clearly the decision from moving as a starter to more of a back-end bullpen guy paid off for Laginto this summer.
Levitt McGee hits it to second. Could be 2. Europero takes it to the bag and throws to first in time. 4-6 double play. 4-3. No flip there to Ayala. Didn't have to.
To that point, I mean, a very nice play by Europero there. The infield has been great this evening for Sonoma. But to that point about the Stompers, about Devin Laginto going from a starter. He was a starter last summer with Sonoma, right?
Yeah. And then he delivers a strike 1.
And now he said at the start of the season, yeah, I'll be working out of the bullpen because I'm trying to increase my velocity. That's what my coaches think will be getting me back to the D1 level.
His 0-1 is outside 1-1, and
it worked. He got up to 90 back at Arnold Field.
And in that move, he's to the bullpen. His strikeout numbers have increased. The pitch is skied to right. Wesley Bass fights the lights but makes the catch. And it's a very easy inning for Laginto. The walk immediately erased on the double play. We head to the 9th, 17-4 Stompers.
The Sonoma Stompers are excited to welcome La Michoacana Ice Cream and Treats to the family. La Michoacana ice cream is rooted in the world-famous ice cream traditions of Mexico. La Michoacana uses only fresh, natural ingredients, using recipes that have been handed down for generations. Every paleta is made by hand. Every scoop is crafted with love. Every bite, muy delicioso. La Michoacana Ice Cream and Treats, located at 18495 Highway 12 in Sonoma, 1219 Grant Avenue in Novato, and of course, right here at the ballpark. Hey, baseball fans, when visiting Sonoma, make sure to dine at Wit and Wisdom, a modern American tavern by world-renowned chef Michael Mina. Wit and Wisdom is famous for hearth cooking, their extensive wine list, and an upscale yet relaxed atmosphere. Wit and Wisdom is located at the Lodge at Sonoma. Make a wise choice. Dine at Wit and Wisdom in the heart of Sonoma.
Back here for the 9th inning. Nate Doniker's day is done. He went an inning. He gave up 2 hits. He walked 4. He hit a batter, and he gave up 6 earned runs. He gives way to Paul Wagner. Wagner faces Carlson, Vassell, and Jones. First one misses down below the zone, 1-0. Wagner, the righty working from the windup, is making just his 3rd appearance as Carlson loses the bat. Fully loses the bat, and he goes flying up the first base line to Jacoby Heyer. Wagner now making appearance number 3. He's 0-1, and he's given up 7 runs in 3 1/3 innings.
Both of his appearances have been against Sonoma. The last time he pitched was on June 19th. He's given up runs in both outings.
June 12th and 19th, the 2 times he threw against Sonoma. 5 earned and 2 earned, respectively. Carlson hits this one foul, 1-2. 17-4 is the score. We play in the top of the 9th inning. The final road game of the regular season for Sonoma and the final home game for the Legends. Stompers hope to pick up this offensive explosion right where they leave it off today, tomorrow at 6:05 at Arnold Field. 1-2 pitch. Carlson takes an eephus high. Wagner tried an eephus pitch on 1 and 2. I don't know if I've seen that.
I've seen a lot of things in the CCL. I have not seen an eephus.
And now he goes back to the fastball and misses low, 3 and 2. Goodness.
I'm still not over the 72 pitch complete game yesterday from Kai Manek.
Tomorrow against Menlo Park is Sonoma Community Night. Sonoma Mentoring Alliance, Rotary Club, and Boys and Girls Club all will be recognized. 3-2 pitch is hit foul down the right field line. Tickets for that one can be found at stompersbaseball.com.
An eephus.
Yep. Full up and down there. Almost dropped in the zone, too.
Yeah.
Payoff pitch to Carlson is hit foul again. A nice battle to start this 9th inning. Stompers still taking it an at-bat at a time.
I don't think you go to it on a 3-2 count,
Nope.
but I'd love to see.
I don't think you go to it ever again.
I'd love to see it again. Are you kidding me? That's awesome.
I would rather not see it again. So we drift towards the 3-hour mark of a 13-run affair. Payoff pitch is lined the other way. It will drop in front of Aikawa for a single. And Hunter Carlson has been aboard 5 times.
3 hits, couple of walks. He's scored 3 of the last 4 times he's been up.
And now Vassell, who's trying to get closer to that number, he's only been aboard 3 times.
Ooh.
So Carlson's going to extend the on-base percentage lead. Leadoff man aboard. Vassell is single and a couple of walks. We're going to attack if you get one in the zone. The pitch is past the catcher. Madrigal rolls to the backstop. No real effort to go get it, so walking to second is Carlson on the wild pitch. Vassell here has a chance for his 9th multi-RBI game of the year with a single. He's currently 1 ahead of the man on second base, Carlson. A long hold from Wagner. Now he comes set. The pitch to Vassell is fouled back, 1-1. And there's now no action in the Stomper bullpen, so we could see Devin Laginto get a second inning of work again. So happy for Devin and the move up to San Diego State.
That's a good spot to end up. Back to club school now.
Beautiful area of the country. 1-1 to Vassell. tipped into the glove and held onto by Madrigal. And, I mean, one of the reasons could be his play here in Sonoma this summer. Last 2 years, he's been really good for the Stomps. Vassell shoots this one the other way. Aikawa should have a beat on this one, and he leaps up to make the catch, heading towards the warning track. Vassell is retired. There will be no multi-RBI day today, unless the Stompers bat around here in the 9th or concede 13 times in the bottom half. Mike Jones trying to build on a 2-hit 6 RBI day. Stands in from the right side. And swings first pitch, but hits it foul. Two RBI double in the first, a 3-run homer in the 6th, and he picked up an RBI on a ground ball in the 8th. He's behind 0-1 against Wagner. The righty fires outside. One ball and one strike is the count to Jones. The pitch is lined into right field over the leap of Isaac Fendel. Carlson will jog to third and stop there, and Mike Jones just keeps on hitting.
He's going to finish today with a triple shy of a cycle.
Yep. Unless the Stompers bat around in the 9th or concede 13+ times in the bottom half.
It'd be pretty unfortunate for Devin to commit to San Diego State and then that night gives up 13 runs in the 9th.
It's going to be more, it looks like, as the Stompers are poised to add to their 17-run total. First pitch to Bass. He hits one a mile to deep left field. Aikawa watches this one go foul. If that ball was fair, it was gone, but it just hooked foul.
Again, it's tough to make those calls because there's no chalk up the left field line. But there's a lot better read from home plate than there is from where we're positioned up in the grandstand. No complaints from the dugout of Sonoma, up 17-4 with 2 on.
Pitch to Bass is high, now 1-1.
Bass got some underrated pop as well, a couple of homers.
He takes an off-speed pitch in the dirt. Now back out ahead in the count after hammering a ball that just went foul. He bends back out of the way of a fastball high and tight. The count is now 3-1. Stompers in control. That might be an understatement. Bass hits it weakly to third. Scooping it up is Stewart and throwing to first way high. It's rolling down the right field line into the bullpen, and it goes out of play into the bullpen of Menlo Park, which should, I guess, you're going to rule in this part of the game that Mike Jones didn't yet have second base, so you're going to place him at third and not allow him to score. I think maybe in a closer game, Zach Pace could come out and say Mike Jones already had second base, or should be given a free extra base when that ball's ruled out of play. It will go as you would think an error.
But even then, to that point about Jones, Hoke had to stop sign on at third. He wasn't going to send him home at this point, up 18-4 now.
This ball is swung on by Shepler and sent to right field. Chasing over his alt mark, he comes together with the center fielder Griffin. Tagging is Jones and scoring. So RBI for Shepler on the sac fly. It will go as an E5. That's how Wesley Bass reached second base. Shepler is out F9, but it's a sac fly. And now there's 2 away in the inning for Connor Johnston. Looking to reach base for the 4th time today. He swings and fouls it back in on the hands. 19-4. Stompers' highest total of 2026. VO1 to Johnston. That one's line down the left field line, but that one foul as well. 0-2.
I mean, just in the month of July, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games where Sonoma put up double digits. 7 of nearly half of the games you've played this month. You had like a 9-2 win over Santa Maria, that 9-7 win over Walnut Creek.
Johnston takes low. It's 1-2. Close pitch. "15-run difference between the clubs. Johnston hits it foul. Sonoma 19, Menlo Park 4. One-two pitch. Just misses inside 2-2.
I mean,
Professional at bat from Connor Johnston, no matter the score.
Even in a 19-4 game, no expanding of the zone here from Andrew Bergstrom.
And that's a competitive pitch. And Johnston is going to be hit by the pitch. So CJ is aboard for the 4th time. And Bryson Ayala, who's 1 for 4 himself with a home run and a walk, comes up. In the inning, single, fly ball, single, errors, sac fly, hit by pitch. And Wagner has to deal with Ayala right on right. Bryson a big swing and a miss, 0-1. Pitch to Ayala, called strike 0-2. Getting his 6th at-bat of the game. If it ends here, all 9 Stompers would get exactly 6 at-bats. Ayala trying to flip that lineup back to Europero for the 7th time. The pitch is outside and high, 1-2. "19 runs on 15 hits. The pitch to Ayala is bounced weakly foul past the 3rd base bag, and that might have been a hit itself if it had stayed fair. Thanks for sticking with us here on a Wednesday evening, as we are now exactly 3 hours past first pitch. Runner at first is Johnston. Runner at second is Bass. A 1-2 offer comes from Wagner. And it's foul back. The Stompers do not give easy outs. They just don't do it. The 20th run for Sonoma out at second base in the form of Wesley Bass. The pitch to Ayala is bounced right back to Wagner, who's going to run it 3/4 of the way to first, and then underhand, and the side is retired. But the Stompers get 2 in the inning on 2 hits, an error, and 2 left. So that means we head to the bottom of the 9th. For the Legends, it's 15 to tie, 16 to win. We'll be right back.
Local expertise worldwide. Sotheby's International Realty is well known for their exceptional real estate agents that distinguish themselves in communities all over the world. To learn more about real estate in Napa, Sonoma, San Francisco, and the rest of the Bay Area, or around the globe, contact Sotheby's International Realty Wine Country Brokerage at 707-935-2288. That's 707-935-2288. Sotheby's International Realty. The Sonoma Stompers are excited to have Jacob's Restaurant providing all of our concessions this season. At the ballpark, you'll find gyros, Chicago dogs, pizza, and salads. But in their restaurant, you'll find an outstanding menu featuring the best Mediterranean-style offerings in town. Seafood linguine, chicken piccata, ravioli, risotto, pizza, and so much more. Don't forget to try their desserts. Jacob's Restaurant is located on 1266 Broadway, right next to Traintown. Jacob's Restaurant and the Sonoma Stompers, proud partners.
Michael Aikawa leads off against Gage McCown, who is now the 6th Stomper to throw. Waginto pitched the 8th, walked 1, but erased him on a double play. So 1 inning, no hits, no runs, no strikeouts, and that 1 walk. McCown, a fireballing righty, misses high and tight, 1-0 on Aikawa.
I mean, the only reason why you didn't see Gage McCown near the top of the CCL spin rate posts. They always post the leaders on different categories, as that one misses low for a ball. McCown's always been at the top for spin rate, and the only reason why you didn't see him this week was because, well, they just didn't get his numbers from Walnut Creek.
McCown behind 2-0 here against Aikawa, who will be followed by Stewart and Madrigal, the bottom third of the order. And McCown misses high again, 3-0. Carson Cadian will have the interview with the Stomper of the game, Mike Jones. After this one, you can stay trained to the YouTube on the Shorts page or on our Instagram to see what Mike Jones has to say after an outstanding performance today, where he doubled, homered, singled, and drove in 6. The count is 3-1 here on Aikawa. Pitch from McCown is low for ball 4.
I'm personally really looking forward to that interview, Karen.
As am I. Mike Jones has sort of been due for one in the middle of this 5-game hitting streak of his. Really could have been the interview yesterday, but Max Mazinter was very good through 4 innings. Jones had just 5 RBIs in that game. His 6th in today's has earned him unofficial player of the game, if you will. For Aikawa, it's the 2nd time aboard, and Joaquin Stewart is working on an 0-for-18 season. Digs in from the right side and swings and misses at a fastball, 0-1. Stompers and these Legends go again in about 21 hours, a 6:05 first pitch from Arnold Field tomorrow, Sonoma Community Night. Stewart takes a ball. Very close pitch.
I mean, we were talking about strikeouts per 9 earlier today. Gage McCown, 12.15, not too bad.
That one's fouled back. I mean, you think 12.2 is good. Devin Laginto up over 14 this year on the strikeouts per 9. Blows Jackson Rowland's 5.5 out of the water. But Rowland, ever effective in his own right. I mean, that's really what you need, especially against slow. That one misses. It's 2-2. I like what Jackson Rowland could do in a game against slower Walnut Creek. Two-two pitch. Stewart takes a called strike 3.
There's the Ks per 9 for you,
There
Kieran.
you go.
Now, batting the legend, catcher number 26, Nick Madrigal.
Strikeout for McCown is just the 5th by Sonoma pitching and the 2nd since the 2nd inning. It's a 9-hitter, Nick Madrigal's turn. McCown looking for a 2-ball to end the game at this point. He delivers a ball. Back around to the top and Mason Griffin if Madrigal can continue this game. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Stompers got 3 runs in the 1st, the 3rd, and the 6th. Single runs in the 4th and the 7th. 6 runs in the 8th and 2 in the 9th. That totals 19. A lone run in the 2nd and 3 in the 6th for Menlo Park as that one swung on and missed 1 and 2. One-two pitch coming from McCown. Madrigal strikes out swinging. And Gage McCown looks untouchable as always. Mason Griffin represents the last chance for the Legends. First pitch, Griffin hits a pop-up foul down the left field line and out of play. Oh, 1 pitch comes from McCown. Swing and a miss, nothing in 2. The Legends down to their final strike in the 9th. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a man at first. McCown misses away. Stompers have controlled this game from the jump, a 3 spot in the 1st inning and never trailed since. Swing and a miss by Griffin. Gage McCown strikes out the side to finish off a dominant Sonoma victory, 19-4. We'll keep it right here for the post-game show. 19-4 your final. And here are the totals. 19-15-1 triumphs over 4-5-4. And Nate Sonoma on the 4th hitter of the game took a lead and never looked back.
Yeah, this is what we saw yesterday from the Stomps, and if this is a pattern for the week and into the playoffs, you gotta like what you're seeing if you're Zach Pace. A really, really nice well-rounded team win. Everyone got involved. Mike Jones, a standout. Bryson Ayala had his 3rd home run of the year. And great pitching from top to bottom.
Stompers win it by the final of 19-4. Matthew Schallberger improves to 4-0 with the win. Rohan Agrawal takes the loss. He's now 0-2. Time of the game, 3 hours and 10 minutes. The Stompers improve to 23-16. They're now 3-4 against these legends. And they finish off the road slate 6-9 away from home. 23-16 now are the Stompers. 13-21 now are the Legends. And these teams do it again tomorrow at 6 o'clock from Arnold Field. Sonoma Community Night starts at 6:05. You can catch the broadcast starting at 5:50. Once more, Schallberger over Agrawal in a 3-hour, 10-minute, 19-4 Stompers victory. For everyone that helps make this broadcast run, for Chase Anderson, our producer and stats man today, and Nate Martin, my broadcast partner, I'm Kieran Costa, saying we'll see you later here from Palo.